Yeah, screw that countdown. We're not doing that tonight. I am not in the mood to wait it out. Let's get the music going. No, not that button. That's the enable repeat button. We don't want that. We just want it to shuffle off and start playing music. Let's get our audio checks going. Let me know how the mix down is breaking down. Let the music kick in a little bit and see if it actually starts playing. It did not. Here we go. All right, so there's music. There's me. There's you guys. Hello, historic people. It is me. It's the me, Corkio. And the skeleton crew behind me. If you haven't seen that, I don't think anybody even knows where my personal channel is. It's got like 27 subscribers in the Corky Cake channel. But anyway, let me get the couple things done that I will forget later, which is pin the info message. And then I'm going to show you some pictures and talk about Costa Rica and brag humble flexes a little bit. And then we'll just throw all that out there so people that come in can kind of see what the commands are and everything. We'll do Morgans tonight, I promise. That was on my mind anyway. I've been promising a Morgan Monday since I began the show, but I have so many Morgans, and I have to look up like every single one to decide, well, this one's $27, this one's $29, that one's $33, that one's, It's a little bit slower to go through Morgans, but later in the show, we'll just settle into a Morgan groove for a while. But let me get some other stuff moved I have in mind first, and that'll happen. I'm not gonna rush the show. The last couple weeks, I just haven't had my heart in it. I've been so stressed about this move that I've been like, all right, I can't be on the stream for 2 hours. I have to pack a whole room up or go sort clothes to go to donation versus keep. Versus take to Costa Rica versus take to the apartment I'm renting a room in here for when I come back. For a while, I'm going to keep a room here at a friend's house. Yeah, I'm feeling great. I hope everybody's feeling great. I actually ate a meal just a little while ago. If anything, my biggest complaint tonight is I ate too much right before the stream and I'm kind of sleepy. But that's just fine. I'll wake up and get in my groove. I cooked steak-um sandwiches, but they were not coming apart. The steakums, I haven't bought those things in 20 years, but for some reason they caught my eye today at the store. I bought steakums, and they come on like a piece of wax paper steakum, wax paper steakum, wax paper steakum, which is hard to say without teeth. But I ended up just peeling the whole box and dumping it into a frying pan and then beating the shit out of it with a spatula until I basically had ground beef. And then I scrambled like 3 eggs into it and made toast. So I had steak and eggs and toast, ghetto trailer park style, with a shit ton of garlic salt on it. It wasn't bad, but it was pretty gross to look at. It looked like shit on a shingle. That's what I had for dinner. Hope you guys ate better than me. Hey Zoltan, hey Sean, hey Invisible River, I'll name some names. My usual early suspects are here. We're just gonna kick it for, instead of doing the countdown tonight, I turned it off. No reason to make you wait when I'm sitting here chatting with you anyway. Looks like I found a new screen in my OBS, so now I can see that we have 8 viewers. That's cool. We'll kick off the official show in 10 minutes at 6 and do the giveaway and the sniper training and all the things. Inventory starting to, the boxes are staying open now from week to week instead of getting stacked and packed, and there's less in them. But we're going to do kind of a combination tonight of, I've got some stuff I can do some bargain deals on so that I make some cash. That's stuff I won't hurt my feelings to sell at cost or less. So I've got some stuff to blow out. I've also got some deals for you that are they're not blowouts, but they're better than anybody else kind of deals. And then I've got some high-end stuff we'll look at just to see if anybody's interested in some nice Christmas gifts or anything like that to give or buy for themselves. And then we'll also get into those Morgans. And then we will go crazy with Morgans for probably 30 or 40 minutes because I've got probably 50 or 100 of them. And I won't have to go one by one and do every price. Like a lot of mine be like, these 10 can be this price or whatever. But you kind of have to check because a certain year in mint, all of a sudden it's worth $15 more than the rest, So I probably, we'll get through that. Meanwhile, let's talk about Costa Rica. So I'm going to take my glasses off because they're glaring real bad. Smoke a cigarette, roll one if you got one. Let's go over to the left desktop and look at Google Photos. I'll show you my bus. Alright, so never mind all the ugly pictures. Let me show you the bus. This is my bus. That's what I'm going to live on in Costa Rica. It doesn't have this text. You can't see my mouse, but I'm pointing at the words on the luggage door. The words on the luggage door are Spanish, and they say students aboard. It just says like estudiantes, whatever the word for aboard is. I can't remember. Oh, estudiantes. Transportes de estudiantes. So yeah, transport for students. It was used by a university in one of the major cities down there, which has a technology university. And I found the whole history of the bus. It's really cool because buses being commercial vehicles, all I had to do, this picture is not current. This is like when it was a school bus. I found it on the internet because there's sort of like trains and planes, there's bus watching websites I found out. And people take pictures of pretty buses. In Costa Rica, they paint their student buses all different colors. This is the bus that I own, but that was like when it was like new. This is how it looks now, which is the same, but it doesn't say down there in the middle on the bottom, it doesn't say Transported Day Students anymore. Somebody painted that, and you can see it's slightly different color yellow on the door where they painted out the words. But the bus looks fantastic all around. It did a 6-stop city transit run for college students on their student IDs. I even found the bus map that it used to drive. This exact bus used to do this 6-stop run for its whole life at the university. And it cost $0.25. I looked up the cost in Costa Rican colones and then converted it to United States money. The students paid 25 cents to ride this bus to go from it went from the university to the train station. Or not train station, the bus station, the big bus station that goes to other cities. And because everybody in Costa Rica will go on a bus to go to college or whatever from like another town. They'll take a national bus. Like there's like a bus network. Like Greyhound. It's not national. You know what I mean? So anyway, they'll get on a transit bus and go across country to go to college. Then they get on these little buses to go to the school building. Anyway, this was the bus. So that's my house in Costa Rica. And I'm not going to lie. My friends bought it. They converted it. They paid some ticos. Ticos are what Costa Ricans call themselves. Ticos and ticas, men and women. It comes from the fact that all their words end in things like tico and tica, like chiquita and chiquitico and taquito and stuff. So they call themselves ticos and ticas. It's like their own thing. It's not racial. Anyway, they had some ticas rebuild the inside of it, but ticas didn't really understand rebuilding waterproof mobile environments. So they didn't do a very good job. My friends lived on the bus for 2 years. They paid like $17,000 for the bus, USD, and the work that they did to it. They had it built out inside with a bathroom and a bedroom and a kitchen and things. And to a degree, it worked for them, and they lived in it for 2 years. And then they bought a land with a house on it and parked the bus and lived on the bus a little longer, remodeled the house, and then moved into the house. So now they're in the house. Well, now they got the bus. So current pictures of the bus as of like a week ago look like this, which is not as good. They've driven it across country. It's sat outside. You can see this is at someone else's house. This is not their house. They have it at a place where they can wash it. And all those ticos over to the left are going to detail the outside and get it cleaned up for me. Because when I park it, I probably won't move it again for a while. But anyway, they're just doing some cleanup on it and doing all the fluids and everything for me so that I can drive it if I want. It is running and driving. Everything on it works. It's got a Cummins 8.3 diesel pusher engine in the back with an Allison transmission. That's the perfect bomb-proof combo for buses. It's a Bluebird American Eagle. So then the inside, I asked them they took a bunch of stuff out to take into the house they remodeled because they didn't know they were going to sell it. They were going to turn it into a guest cabin. Yeah, that thing will run forever, and it's not even that high mileage yet. It did city route. It did like 3 miles a day in a loop. It did, you know, which is not the best kind of traffic, but they've had everything replaced because they drove it all over the country. They have new. It's already got like new alternator, new water pump. All this stuff that they did, brakes, everything. So it's all good. It's actually stupendous in its mechanical condition. It's just sat in a rainforest for the last 2 years, really, or a year or so on their property under a tree. So they're cleaning it up, getting that sap off the bottom where the stuff. But I've got different pictures of it that people took over its lifetime. Like here it is actually, this is a really small picture I found on the internet, but there it is actually being a school bus in Cartago, which is the city it ran in, which is not far from where I live. Here's another picture of it being an actual school bus, where people were just out spotting colorful buses and putting them on really cool looking bus.com or whatever the fuck they do. People that like buses. So yeah, it's famous. It's on bus websites, and I own it. So anyway, now to get to what it looks like inside. Not good. Because the guys built it so badly, my friends were very honest with me, and I knew this going in. When they first got it, they gutted it down to this. They didn't go any further, and that was a huge mistake. You need to pull up all that fiberglass floor. You got to pull out the subfloor. You got to pull all that crap out of there, get it down to bare metal, rust-proof, prime and paint. A lot of that metal that's in there, like railings and overhead railings that they left up, are because the woman is disabled. So leaving those in was a choice for her to have an overhead handle all the way the length of the bus to walk with. But I'll take them out. I am going to gut what's left, which has now got water damage because of not leaks, but because of their way they did their plumbing. So it's not the roof leaking, which is not a good thing. This bus is solid externally, but it looked nice. Like they had a wall built, then there's a bathroom in here, then a bedroom in the back with a guy sitting in it that actually sold them the bus. And the work is done, and that's like the first day. It's got new electric, new plumbing, and everything was great. Until it wasn't. And then over time, with the people living in it being kind of slobs and the water being poorly managed by the plumbing, they ended up with all this wood rot and damage. So now this is kind of what's left in the bus in the front. It's not rusty, it's just dirty. They also have like 9 dogs, 3 cats, 7 chickens, 2 parrots. I'm not joking, those are all real numbers. And they just let them come on the bus. They let the parrots shit on the dashboard. I've got some work to do. But it is a shell container. This was their storage in the back that collapsed under the fat lady's weight, plus the water damage when they would climb in and out of their bunk, which you'll be able to see here in this picture, which is built into the back with storage, but done so badly. And then these people were just dirty. When you see how clean it was when they started and how dirty it is now in just like 2 years, all I gotta do is go in there with a bucket of bleach and a can of paint. It's gonna be, I mean, I'm not a pussy about cleanliness, but Jesus Christ, people, this is gross. And it's a metal box, so bottom line is, it'll come down to getting it back to metal, doing all the plumbing right. I don't have good pictures of everything, but like in the bathroom they actually put in a real toilet, a utility sink, and a hand sink. And I thought to myself, what a waste of space. Why do you need both? I guess I could probably make that bigger. Oh yeah, it's a full screen kind of thing. Cool. So the bathroom, they're telling me in this video that they have drainage problems because the drains are in the wrong places. And I'm like, does the bus drain when it's level? And they're like, no, we have to park on an angle. I'm like, what fucking morons. So I gotta tear everything out. But the bottom line is they spent 17 grand getting it to where it is now. I bought it for $4,000. Running, driving, and ready to gut. And the outside looks fantastic. So yeah, $4,000. That's my future home, a 40-foot bus. Now it is plumbed and the water works. Like they said, when I get there, they'll have it parked in the driveway waiting for me with it hooked up to the toilet. They'll clean everything. And I'm like, I'm not ever going to touch that toilet, but okay. Hook it. Let me see it work, you know. Oh, the outside stays. The outside, if anything happens to the outside, it gets enhanced. So what I'll do to the outside if I wanted to personalize it, probably not much, because that's not actually that easy to do to this kind of finish. It is paint, not a wrap on the bus. But I was thinking I could take that yellow and green wave and incorporate, like, maybe up towards the front under the driver and around the front, some kind of tropical palm tree deal mural that kind of turns into a green ocean. Incorporate some sneaky hidden pot leaves into the picture, you know, that kind of thing. I don't know. Whatever. That's a long ways away before I'm worried about customizing the paint job that already looks fantastic. So, because this bus, as bad as the inside looked, look how good the outside looks. I've seen the bus in person. I mean, I wouldn't be buying it if I hadn't. I was there last year. The outside is the best fucking bus I could ever imagine owning personally. It's almost like some kind of hip 70s shag van. I just love the shit out of the way it looks. And green is my favorite color because I like weed and money. Gold is a popular color with me as well, but you get the idea. And it is gold. The bus is, you know, weed green and yellow gold. The headlights are old school. That's 1999. 1999 Bluebird. American, all-American. Eagle. Diesel pusher. Powerful mofo. They showed me a video of driving it up a mountain. I might have that video right here. They were like, they went out to test it. No, that's on the girl's YouTube channel. Oh, and then my land, right? So my land is tiny. Here's what it looks like when you buy land in a foreign country. You get something called a plano. And the plano, let's see, how do you make it bigger? Zoom. Oh, no, that's the other picture I drew. But, so they sent me this document. It's like a legal document, kind of shows the outline of my property and that trapezoid down on the right. My land is very small. It's only 1/10 of an acre. But all this is in Spanish, and it says which cities are down these roads that are around me. But when you look at it up close, I took it into a graphics program, measured everything, because that's an engineering drawing, so it's to scale. And first I started out trying to draw the property from memory, and I came up with some shit that looked like this. And I was like, nope, that's stupid. So what I'm going to do is, let me take this thing and put it in a graphics program and do an CSI Miami enhance on that bitch. And here's what I got. So if you look at this, you'll see that the bus fits perfectly with a 9-foot driveway in front of it and 3 feet behind it to the property line, which is fine because there's no restrictions on any kind of easements back there or anything. I can put it right up against the fence if I want. But there is a wire fence around the property because the neighbor has cattle, so he's fenced off the lot that he doesn't own on those sides, and just went ahead and did the third side of this one to the street. So my lot is fenced with some, you know, poles and wire like you see out in the country. But anyway, there's room for a gravel driveway. That's the gray line with the bus on top. Then the blue is the roof. That's the scale. So the green is the bus with has 2 doors on the sides. I'm gonna build a patio outside the middle door of the bus with a roof and a roof over the bus. So like a T-shaped roof over a patio and the bus. And then the rest of my yard will just be open garden. And it's not that big. You can see the distances. It's about 100 feet on a side by about 15 or 20 feet. Sorry, 50 feet on a side. 100 by 50, more or less. It's 1/10 of an acre. And it's plenty big. And then the little blue square in the top left is a gate to my friend's house. The people that live right next door to me are the ones that sold me the bus. They're people I've known from the United States since like 2015. I've known them like almost 10 years now, and they're friends of mine, and they moved down there, and I liked it. I went and visited, and I liked it. I liked the bus. The idea to buy the bus was offered to me about 2 months ago, and I said, you know what, why not? Because I'll do, you know, well, what happened was the land came up for sale. They told me that first, and then I said, can I buy your bus? And they said, well, why not? So I bought the bus, so because they're just happy to have me live next door. So the patio is going to be more than just a patio. It's really going to be truly like a Latin American hacienda. So I will have an outdoor kitchen out there. So let me show you what's on the property, which is an old house structure that's gone. Luckily, we know people with bulldozers, so before you even go, oh my God, that's crazy, it's not, because I can have it gone in about a month. But what's on the property is an old house. That old house has septic, electric, it even had internet back in the day. It's only been about 5 years since it was taken out. There's the septic entrance outside the former bathroom wall. You can still see the toilet sitting in my front yard. It's very trailer park in that sense. But when you back up from it and get the big picture, which I think this is in a video right here. And I don't know if the videos are playing audio. If so, you're hearing my weird friend talk, which you don't want to do, so we turn it off. But there's the bathroom that you can kind of see in that first picture. There's a foundation that is about the size of a 1-bedroom apartment. Septic works. I've confirmed that. There's running water at the property, running electricity at the property. Well, it's not hooked up to anything, but the meter box has been turned off when they took the house down. The owners took the house wood, all the wood from the house that was there, and built onto their other house and built an extension or a barn or something. So there's a knee wall that is overgrown. There's a bathroom built, square. But the problem with that foundation is that it's shifted, so it's not level. So when I get there, she's showing me in this shot that there's a ditch right there. I'm going to have to jump over to rebuild the driveway, because when people lived there, there was no ditch. They only put the ditch in about 6 months ago, which is poor timing. But it's only like 8 inches deep, and I can get some culvert. I already looked it up at the hardware store in the nearby town. Has the 8-inch concrete pipe sections for like $10 American per piece, and I leave like 3 of them. So anyway, put that down, throw some gravel down, fill dirt, and I got a little bridge across the ditch, and then I'm in the yard. So then the bus goes in. My road, as you can see out front, is gravel for about 2 kilometers till it hits a paved road. Then it goes into town 3 kilometers away. So I can basically be in town in about 5 or 6 minutes in a car, 10 minutes on a bike, 20 minutes walking, and be in a small town with food and restaurants and fast food and gas stations and grocery stores and things like that. So nothing major, but it's a small town. And then there's a shot flipping around to the French guy that lives next door with the chick I know from America, and she's trying to show you the volcano, which is just the edge of it is visible over there in that crevice. But that's Volcano Miravella's across the street, and I'll show you a picture of that, which is out my front door. The other thing she's showing me is that down the valley you can see Lake Nicaragua in the country of Nicaragua from my land, which is only about 30 miles away. So first, for a map view, we're just, for those of you just coming in, good to see you, Trollfire SDT. We're just shooting the breeze a little bit at the beginning of the show. We're going to run long tonight. I'm going to start the auction in a couple minutes. I'm almost done with bragging and show and tell. But if we scroll out from Costa Rica to Americas at large, I currently live in Tennessee, way the fuck up here somewhere. Way the fuck up here somewhere. And I'm moving to where that blue dot is. Way the fuck up here. That's Mexico, yeah. So I currently live here, but I'm moving there. And so when we zoom in there, this is actually the view from my front yard. Like somebody was standing on the road in front of my house when they took this picture right here. That's exactly what I see out my front door. Literally that. Now that's a volcano and the clouds obscure the top, but it's really pointy. It's a volcano and it's semi-active, which it last erupted in 1946. Let's see if there's a better picture. This kind of looks more like the view from my front yard because I am slightly further back from it than that first picture made it appear with telephoto. That's an accurate depiction of what looking out my front door looks like across the street. That empty space is a 160-acre farm, and the owner of that wants me to turn it into, well, not me, but he wants my neighbors, which involves me because the 3 of us are now a team, more or less. But they want us to put in either an equine park for people to ride horses And then we'll board horses there and have other people run the horses themselves, but we'll own the property and charge the admission and whatever. Or a 4x4 park with trails. And his motive for that is if 160 acres worth of land is out there and they turn people loose for $10 a day to drive their 4x4s, they'll make roads for him all over it, which is free labor. Anyway, so that's what's going on with the volcano across the street. Pretty cool. And that's kind of it. That's where I'm moving, to live in a bus, looking at this big, giant, explosive mountain and down valley at Lake Nicaragua, and then go into places like this down the street to go swimming in my neighborhood and stuff like that. There's a river on the property. I will be doing prospecting and gold mining videos there, and showing those. Here's another good angle of the volcano that shows how volcano-ish it looks. It's just, I mean, I've never been to Hawaii or really even in my 16 countries around volcanoes, so I'm totally fascinated by the freaking volcanoes. They're blown off tops and craters inside with lakes in them that are super beautiful. Okay, so anyway, let's do an auction. What do you guys say? All right, come to Costa Rica, by the way, because the main reason I'm going is to build the campground first at the next door neighbor's property. That was really the main deal. They offered me that job. So right here is the volcano and the top orange dot. The blue dot is roughly, the blue dot is the volcano I look at out my door. And this is not centered to north, right? So yeah, it is. The other volcano behind me, I live in between them. I live in between the blue dot in the middle of the map and the orange blob to the little bit to the left of it a few inches. And that's my new home. And then the beach over here to the left is about 45-minute drive. The country's not very wide. It's kind of like Florida. So it's like 45 minutes over to the left and like 2.5 hours over to the right to go to the Caribbean, or I can go to the Pacific. So that's where I'll be. And you guys will get a video, but it's going to be somewhere between the end of the year and middle of January before that starts to happen. Let's check things out. So let's do a giveaway and get the show underway. We'll do sniper training, and then we will get on with the show. This is the second to last week. Hashtag historic. This is the second to last week. Next Monday is the last week. Shroom Day, thank you so much for the beautiful mail call video all about me. Go look at that on Shroom Day's channel to see the cool stuff I sold him and how proud of it he is to own and how cheap he said it was. And that'll be cool. Then give him a like and a subscribe, because Shroomi's the man. And if you like poured silver, he's that secret, what do you call it, that like unknown, like a speakeasy where everybody, it's cool but nobody knows about it. That's Shroom Day, and it's pouring. Alright. That secret agent of pouring over there. So yeah, let's see how the dots are looking. We got 11 eligible users. I know how to say the word, I just like to say eligible. Eligible users. About by getting their dots. Shroom Day, as usual, isn't accepting his dot, and I'm giving it to him anyway. He can't avoid it. I need to read off wallets. I need to read off names in chat, but you guys know who you are. But hello to all of you by individual name one at a time, as if I was really thoughtful, and I'm only partially thoughtful, so at least I remember to say hello. Wallets are going to be Stewart, Hambo, Goldnut and Farmer, and Sean. LLC, which is Long Live Coins, Stack and Steve, Spokane, Dan Smoking Treasures, Jet Mech, Sunseeker, SPT, Nash Landings, John Lewis, or Lucas, I'm not sure what I wrote, Daniel K, and Carlitos. The amigos. So those are the wallets. There are some other wallets that have been here since August. I'll read them off. If you're here, you're getting them. If you're not here tonight, I will read these off next week. And then these following GAW prizes, they're almost every single one of them is a GAW from August. These are when I was still dating cards. And this one's from 8/17. Kellen L. On August 17th, you won a dime. So let me know. Medal for breakfast. I didn't write your date down, but you won a 1 gram. AWT, you've got a wallet, Angry Warrior Tackle Box. Well, actually, you won. This is a half ounce, so I'm going to have to track you down and deliver that. I don't care about delivering a gram, but I do care about following through on a half ounce of silver for somebody. And Polybuck has an empty wallet where he gave away his gift, his God gift, to somebody else, but got to keep his wallet. So set those aside. Those next week, if those don't get claimed, they're done. I'm going to reclaim their stuff, their Grammys and dimes. But everybody else, you'll get shipped if I don't hear from you. I'm going to need to hear from you by not Monday, but Tuesday of next week. I've got to get this stuff in the mail, right? So I've been looking at these warnings I get in my email from UPS and the USPS and FedEx and all the people I ship with. And they're all like, get your stuff out by the 15th. I'm like, I'm doing a show on the, what is it, the 19th, 18th. The 19th is drop dead ship date. Yeah, that's what it is. Calendar says today's the 11th, Monday's the 18th. Yeah. On the 19th, Tuesday, 19th of December, everything's got to go. I've been warning you guys for weeks, so if I haven't heard from you and I don't have your emails, I will do what I said, which is reach out to the fam and go, okay, Coinbox, AG47, Saka Plata, all of, GSF, all you guys that auction, that know me, Silver Paws, everybody I can think of I've got an email for that's ever been on a stream, I will email and ask them, do you know so-and-so, and how I can mail them. And then the shit's going out, whether you want it or not. It's going. So 2 weeks left to buy, tonight and next week. And tonight's it's going to get bargain style, because I need to make deals right now. I'm a little cash short of my goal. For going to another country. I'm not in any way hurting or shy of money to make it all happen, but I would like to have luxury money, so we're gonna make some deals. Where are we at on entries? I see Jetmech, you've arrived, you got a wallet. Let's read the names off from over here. I should do this first, because then I get all the names. Angry Warrior, you are here. Great, you've got a wallet, dude. Good to see you. It's been a long time, my friend. I'm going to go ahead and mark you eligible since you actually are there and typed it, but for some reason didn't get the dot. And then Cons and Daniel K and Daniel Dennis Stewart. Good to see you. Gold Snacking Farmer and man, what's up? Hambone, Invisible River. We've been chatting forever now on Jetmech. I'll make sure you get your dot because you already got a wallet. SDT Stacking, Scrap and Hoard and Tinkering Fun. Sean and Shroom and Space and Spoke. Stewart and Troll and Soul. That's the list. Everybody's got a dot, and it's almost rhyming and fun and onomatopoeic. I don't know why Angry Warrior Tackle Box's dot keeps going away though, but I put it back again. Cool. So I think we cut all the wallets. Let's do some sniper training. Well, with my channel, you guys all know how it works. I play a video like many other folks do. That video. Oh, first we got to finish the God. Well, no, we can do the sniper training while we're doing users. Angry, why does your dot keep going away? Do you keep typing the hashtag repeatedly? That's super weird. Like every time I look back at the screen, your dot is gone and I put the dot back in. And then like it goes away. Did you notice that, you guys? Did you see me put his dot in a moment ago? And there it's gone again. What the fuck? Wait, do I have like mods turned off? No, mods are on. Yeah, make sure that didn't undo anybody. Oh, that's cool. What the hell? Are you controlling it somehow? I'm gonna put it back again, and then you type something. Everybody else is talking, and their dots aren't going away. Jetmix is gone now. What the hell? Is it because I'm marking them, and then you guys are somehow unmarking the toggle? Make it blue yourself. Yeah, Angry. Now type hashtag historic again. This is like Ghosts in the Machine shit right here. This is why I show you on the screen now. At least I'm Mr. Honest. No, he needs a dot. He either needs a dot or a feather. He's got to pick an Indian. Okay, it's because I'm dotting them and then you guys undot them. So everybody stop where you're at. We got 19 people watching. One of them's me. 17 people authorized and edgeable. 17 edgy people, and Space Miner is driving, so get your Space Miner in there. Yeah, he's in there. Alright, let's do the thing where I scroll to the bottom of the page, and with no major fanfare whatsoever, I push a button, and then we know who won, because I don't like to waste time with all that duck race crap. Here we go. Boom! Survey says, scrapping, hoarding, tinkering fun has won. Has won. 1 gram. Let's pick it out. Alright, let's go to the camera because my microscope still took a shit, I think. Let's see if it's working this week. Nope, it still hasn't come back to life. I'm gonna have to take it apart, get a new cable, reinstall the drivers, all that crap. We'll figure it out. So, Scrap and Hoarding, if you haven't been here when I did a giveaway, I reach into this bag of Grammy bars right here and I pull one out and then you find out which picture it is. And normally I put it on the microscope so you can see it and get a good look at it. But I'm gonna just pull one out. We'll figure out how to look at it. Here's one that seems to be a bigger rectangle than the other, so I'll pick it out so it's easier to see. What's it got on it? I'll use my magnifying glass to find out. Oh, it's a panda. You got like a Chinese panda bear eating like bamboo sticks. Shoots is the word I'm looking for. And it says 1 gram, 999 fine silver in fine print, but you can kind of see his shape. You'll see it better when you get him. He's much better looking than I can pull off with a magnifying glass and a webcam. But the back of it is waffle back. I'll put it in a little baggie, get you a wallet going. We'll do sniper training and we will get on the road with the show. Yeah, I dig it too. I didn't know I had little pandas in there. I got a lot of Chinese stuff. I used to work for the commies briefly, doing some gray market software, I'll just say. Alright. I like to embellish that story a little bit, but I did work for a Chinese company doing something that wasn't exactly legal. Alright, and so, but it wasn't really illegal either. This is your guy in a bag. Let me get you a wallet. Write things down. Boop-de-doop-doop. Boop, boop. That one's going to scrapping. Scrappy Hoard McTinkerfun. Gotcha. Scrappy Hoard McTinkerfun. You're getting 1 gram. You're getting yeah, I know what it is. I know the acronym, but you're still Scrappy Hoard McTinkerfun to me. All right, despite the shit hitting the fan. All right, this goes over here. And then I get a new piece of paper out to write down the stuff people actually got to pay me for on, so that I know how much money you owe me. This pen isn't working very well. Let's use this one. And sniper training. So what I do is I play a video. You want to hit the first arrow, not the second one. The first arrow is nailing the target. The second arrow is late. So when that first arrow hits the target in the video, it'll say sold on the screen, and I'll try to time it with sold in the chat. We're going to practice together now a couple of times in a row to make sure you're dialed in. I will mark off where we're kicking off with a line. I will send a sold test signal when it's time. And here comes the movie. Right. Alright, we did get some test sniper fire. Troll fire was being a little premature, but then after being mocked by Sean, or applauded, depending on how positive or negative you want to spin that, then we go with people firing off their T-tests, and we got a few who are late, which is, it is mocked is confirmed. So we're going to go ahead and do it again one more time to see how it goes. I'll put another marker in so we know where the old one ends and the next one starts. Yeah, that's what she said. And so then here we go with the snipers again. Alrighty, folks, sold is in. So, Testy McTestinheim says that we got a few people above the bar and a few people below the bar. Some of you need to raise the bar. So, with that said, do we want to do it a third time, or do you think you guys have got it figured out? Because mine were pretty on point for the way I've been doing it lately in the last 30 minutes or so. Yeah, I think you guys have got her figured. I think you got it dialed. I think you got to try it out. I got you figured. All right, as you can see on the screen, this comes up at the end of every sniper run, at the end of every auction. Not necessarily on bins, but you can get this information by typing !info in the chat. It's also pinned. You can look down in the video description, or you can watch the video itself at any time to get my Cash App, my Venmo, my PayPal, or my email. My email works for the PayPal, where you gotta add 4%. It also works for the Zelle, where you don't gotta add no percent. And then it works for the email, where you gotta add the infos. You know how it goes. So, with that in mind, and that being said, let's do an auction. First item. What am I forgetting? We did rules. You gotta pay me at the end of the night. You gotta pay me fast. I'm tired of chasing people. I try to move all the shipments out in one move and all the money to my bank in one move. And when I got like one lingering payment or one lingering shipment to send, it kind of screws everybody up. So with that in mind, it doesn't screw anybody up but me, but it makes your stuff take longer. So let's not do that. Let's pay for what we bought when we know we're buying it. And then with that in mind, second to last show. I've said that already. I'll say it again. Next week is the last show. All things must ship by Tuesday. Wednesday at the latest. I'll be tracking you guys down really hard in there because I'll be panicking to get it to you before I leave an entire country and can't help you anymore if it doesn't make it. So, and we got the Christmas problem too, in terms of shipping. So, first up, you guys have seen these before. You didn't take them for the money. I'm going to give them to you tonight for less money. I got to get them gone. They're too heavy to carry around. What I got here, there are a couple different batches, and this I kind of got to show you stuff. They're just kind of random. I collected these over time. I'll show you the stack, and then I'll start showing you the pieces. And we're going to need this again. This is the scale, which if I do it right, you can actually see it. You see what they weigh, because none of these weigh an even number. These are randoms. Alright, so here's what's going to happen here. I got a little pile of sterling silver historic art commemorative type of rounds here. I'm going to sell them at basically all the same price. But you're going to want to... We're going to go through them one by one and do them as bins because they all weigh something different. So... This is why some of the stuff I've just kind of zoned it here and there, but I've not really bothered to spend a lot of time with it because it's time consuming. So the other thing is these ones that are in flips, I don't want to take them out. So you're going to be approximating some weights here, but let me give you the general gist of it. These are some that I can get out of these 2x2s. And then you'll see that the ones in the flips are even bigger, and then we'll go from there. And we'll do some trust. Alright, so the sterling silver, first of all. Sterling silver, not pure 999. We'll do the open one first. It doesn't have any container on it. It was just in the baggie. It's a Centennial 1872 to 1972 Centennial of what appears to be Colorado. I'm going to read it and then tell you what it is and put the bin marker in. Centennial of the first narrow gauge railroad between Denver and Pueblo, Colorado, and it's a train coin. Locomotive number 1, the Montezuma coal locomotive. So let me set up. Here's how it's going to go. This is the Loco Mofo Sterling. I'm not going to write all this information. It's just going to be bin and the price. And I'll show you what it weighs. So let's get the scale on troy ounces. Or, would you guys rather see grams or troy ounces? If you get grams, you just got to do the math in your head. So let's do ounces and fractions. So you guys can see the number. That's ounces troy. This is the round. The first round I'm going to put up. It's going to be a bin item. I'll put the number in a moment once we know the weight. So what it says right there is locomotive number 1, the Montezuma. It's very cool looking. The back of it has a medallion like the shape of the state of Colorado that says First Narrow Gauge Railroad opened between Denver and Pueblo, Colorado, Centennial 1872 to 1972. And the weight of this sterling silver 0.925 is a little less than an ounce Troy. So let's look at it in grams. The reason why we can't look at both. 25 grams of 0.925, so roughly a 20 gram coin. And I'm gonna sell that bad boy right there. That one's $23. Super great looking train. Sterling silver is 92.5%, so it's more silver than a US 90% mix in the alloy. It's apparently about 20 grams, I would say, on top of my head, if it's 25 and change for the sterling, and it's 92.5. 25.2 times 92.5, where's my calculator? What do we say it was? 25.2 is on my scale times 0.925. It's 23 grams, so it's like 3/4 of an ounce. It's really about liking Colorado and liking trains in this case. Also, these things sell for about $25 or $30. I think I paid like somewhere between 26 to 32 for all the things I'm about to show you. This one's just open and nice looking. I really like trains. Happy to keep it. It's a really nice shiny mirror finish locomotive coin. Come on, focus, focus. Get the detail. It's too reflective to get the detail, kinda. It's got some good relief. Anyway, it's been 23. Let me know if you're a Colorado lover, a 1972 lover, a narrow gauge railroad lover. You're down with the Centennial. It's not 30 something. Yeah, all day. Anybody, we'll move that one on. There's going to be a bunch of these sterling rounds in a row. Actually, I'll do all the next, I'll just tell you what I'm going to do. Fuck a bunch of typing. So that train is 23. These are all going to be 23. We'll weigh them. They don't all weigh the same. So this train is like 25 too, right? Remember that. We'll just try the next one. I'll show you how they're a little different. The next one is Jebediah Smith, 1799 to 1831. Strong Smith. His Smith is strong. And that dude right there did something that's probably written about on the back. 150th anniversary of the first overland expedition to California. Dudes on horses. Riding the range, crossing the creek. 23 bucks. All these are $23. This one weighs 26.6, so it's bigger. Next up, $23. Wagon wheel, Missouri Santa Fe, 105th anniversary, 1821. I think it goes like that, so you're looking up at the wagon wheel there. Dude's on the back doing the Santa Fe Trail. The beach is that way. Always way. Dude's on the Santa Fe Trail. This one here weighs 26.6, so there's a couple 26ers, 25er. Pile going. Next up, I don't even need to take them out today. I guess if you feel like it clear. This one looks like building a railroad or something here. Iron workers or something. Let's see what it focuses up and says. It says, I have to read them on the screen because it's so dark in that the way the box lights work. I can't see them from my angle. First Transatlantic Railroad. So yeah, this is the first. Let me read it up close. It's got a lot of words. They're very small. The first transcontinental railroad, May 10th, 1869. The Golden Spike. completion of the golden spike. So yeah, they drove a gold spike in there. I'm sure that's long since gone. And then there's Promontory Point. That's where this is that famous picture of the two trains meeting in the middle from east and west, right? So where they hooked up and they drove the golden spike. So these are great silver rounds, history things to teach your kids. Great stocking stuffers at $23 each. About $1 a gram for the silver end on that one's 26 ones. So they seem to run around 26. That first one was 25. Next up, chicken a baby. Chicken baby, protect our future, prevent drug abuse. Oh yeah, this is the anti-drug mom. This one here's got Postmasters of America commemorative. Words. It's I wish I could use the microscope so bad. Commemorative issue number 6, issued October 4th, 1973, Dallas, Texas. So this one is a Postmasters edition. So these are just like random sterling coins somebody had in a batch. But this one seems to have come from like some kind of Postmasters special edition for Postmasters or something. Protect our future, prevent drug abuse. It was probably a U.S. stamp. Because the back is all about Postmaster convention or something on the back here. Postmasters of America commemorative issue. Yeah, that was probably a U.S. stamp. But anyway, yeah, over here, wait, the scale turned off. $25 even. So 25 to 26 gram commemoratives, $23 each. Collectible, also silver, interesting and historic. Nice little gifts to get somebody into metal, and you aren't really killing yourself on the money to give them a nice little shiny thing. Especially if they're from one of those 100th anniversary years or something when they were born, like 1972. Louisiana Purchase, you're from Louisiana. There's a coin commemorating your state's existence. Westward, the course of empire makes its way. April 1803. Another Conestoga wagon train and the state of Louisiana on the back. Fingerprints of the Humanity. They're $23 rounds, man. Cry me a river. And they're sterling at that. You can even wipe them off because they're harder than silver. You sent me an email. All right, let me look over at the email computer and see what that says. Now, everyone hold on while I give Zoltan my full attention. Let's see what he's got here. Yes, SGT, I'll ship you. Here's the one from Zoltan. Copper bars. I'll check. Just ask me in chat, bro. Let's see. Another copper's happening, but we don't need those right now. Let's see. Yeah, we'll get to copper in a minute. Let's continue. These are bigger. We're going to be like 26. They're a lot bigger. These are the ones that are over an ounce. And I'm not going to take them out of the doodads, but I already remember. In fact, they might have had weights. Yeah, they got weights written on them. 40.69 or 40.6. So well over an ounce of regular silver in this sterling. This one is Territories, Louisiana. There's another Louisiana Territory purchase. So I guess the guy who owned these was from Louisiana. And then this one is Supreme Court decision favors slavery. It's an interesting one to own. 39.3 grams. And this one is the impeachment of President Johnson. So that must be about Clinton. And then that one's 38. I'm just kidding. The impeachment of President Johnson. The impeachment of the President Johnson. Anyway, whatever. Those bigger ones, for the ones that are over an ounce, they're going to be bin 26. For the ones that are under, they're going to be bin 23. Any interest in sterling silver at bargain prices? There's one piece left. this last piece, I'll just go ahead and put this in the chat. You can actually run any of these bins. I'm just putting them all in there. So we got your $23 bins, your $26 bigger bins, and then the biggest bin of all is $29. But it's a, I'll just put this. This one's actually probably worth like 40 bucks. But I'm gonna put it as a bin of 29. I just typoed the 9. So there we go. This is 925 sterling as well. This one is not about its weight. It's about the fact that it's from the Casino Municipal San Remo. It's $25 token, actual casino token. From Venta Cinquencia, which means 25. And then, yeah, same thing over here, Venta Cinquemelia. So 25,000 lira. 1979, 25,000 lira casino token. So you could go get 25,000 liras for this in San Remo. Or you could own it for its vintage casino James Bond level shit for $29. I think I paid like probably 40 bucks for it because I know what it is. But you guys don't know what it is, so you never buy the stuff, and then you come back and you're like, prices are too high. I'm like, I guarantee you cannot goddamn beat them. But there you go. There's a bunch of sterling, and that's where we're starting. Kellen L., you have a wallet here from August 7th. And I've said it every week since then. So you're getting your damn wallet, but you got to send me an email, and you won't be overwhelmed by what's in it. It's Wing Liberty Dime, but you got a free wallet tonight. Keep that in mind because it's paid for already. So you got a wallet, though. I need all this info from you guys in the next 2 weeks. Period. End of story. All right, absolutely nobody wants bargain silver. That's a shame. These collectibles do not lose their value. I'm trying to give you all some help here. A lot of them have their writing right on the edges and stuff that I can't read it without the microscope, where it has their serial numbers, and I mean they're special, but you know, I'll keep them. That's fine. My daughter needs an inheritance too. I'll just make sure your kids don't have one. I have it. You got a bin, troll? I didn't see a single bin come up in chat. Oh, I see one bin 29. All right, well, you get to pick. So out of the 29ers, are you a Louisiana guy or a owning slaves guy? Basically, there's the Louisiana Purchase. There's, I'll show you, high level was Louisiana Purchase. The establishment favoring slavery in Congress, and then the impeachment of the President Johnson. Oh, you want the casino coin? Fine. Let's hope to sneak that one by it. It also snuck by me. So there you go. That's the one. Go into your wallet. Control 5. That's a bargain, dude. I don't even know how you would comp it because it's so rare. Alright, so Trollfire, 29. Trollfire's wallet. Does Trollfire have a wallet, or did I ship the Trollfire wallet? We shipped the Trollfire wallet. That's a new wallet, Troll, +6. New wallet. Kellen, wait, is he giving it to you? Hold on. What's going on with Kellen? Is he just trying to confuse me? No, I'm talking to you guys. Trollfire bought it. Kellen wants it with his dime. Kellen's just fucking me up. Alright. So this one is in fact going to get written down as Trollfire. New wallet, +6. We have a wallet for tonight and next week. It's in the pile. It's written it down. Everything's noted. We're moving on. So no more sterling for you guys. I think it's gonna be in Troll's box. You guys think I have boxes? That's what it is. All right, so that pieces of paper with your name written on them and a pile of shit on top of them. That's what boxes. You guys have seen the wallets of madness and mayhem. But it always works out. I've only had one mistake in 32 shows. And we all worked together to solve it, and it was grand. Let's see, no Disney's. This ain't Pawn Stars. And I ain't that sketchy old man with his coins. I'm this sketchy old man with the coins, not that sketchy old man with the coins. Alright, putting all these sterlings back in my baggie. Just no shuffled themselves. Table here. They're very slippery in those little vinyls. Alright. Number 6. I'd have to have it. I was gonna try to offer all the sterling as a bundle just to blow it out at a lower price, but then I'd have to figure out what all those weights were and add them up and tell you, and I don't know. So those are going away. No more sterling for you. Next up. We're still in the beginning here. I remember when I bought this. I don't really need it. This is... I'm pretty sure this is not copper. It's not heavy enough. I'm pretty sure this is brass or bronze. Bronze is the word I'm looking for. Bronze. But tonight's first fucking go. It's some kind of weird penny. It's real big. I'll give you something for reference size in just a moment as soon as I get them set down here. So this is a big old Indian penny, buck and go. It's copper in color, but in the palm of your hand, there's no way it's copper. It's way too light. Let me find, here's a real life penny to give you an idea of the size of that thing. It's about the size of the bottom of a coffee mug. My hand next to it for a scale gives you, it's like 5 fingers tall, 4 fingers tall. So it'll lay in the palm of your hand and be a giant penny. It does have decorative sides on both sides. The back side's actually really cool looking. I've used it as a display item on my little stage, and I've had it on my shelf here. I'll tell you, I bought it from Steeler Stacker. I remember buying it from him. I don't remember what I paid for it. That was in a time when I was working, making 6 figures, and I was just being generous to the streamers. I probably gave him $20 or something stupid. But buck and go, and none of those streamers, but very few of them ever came and visited my show and bought anything. So I don't know why I was so loyal to so many of them for so long. Keep that in mind when you build your loyalties on YouTube. If you ever start a channel, those loyalties seem to fade away. Thousands and thousands of dollars spent later. Okay, so suddenly you're no longer the customer, you're the competition. It's fun. Some of us get along, like me and GSF. Hell, I offered GSF to hold my inventory for me when I go to Costa Rica and sell it for me, but he sketched out. He's like, no, too much liability. No, we never finished the conversation, honestly, but there's some of us that work together and some of us that don't. Anyway, where are we at? We're at 1 for Sean, 1 for Jay. Hey, Jay. 2 for Jet, 3 for Sean. No, that's the thing, Trollfire. It really won't. It's like it's not copper. I can tell it's not copper because it's damn near as light as this real penny. Like, it's metal though, but it's like bronze or, and I don't think it's painted. It's not plastic. I don't know what the hell it is. It's a buck and go, and it's a cool looking penny. It makes a neat thing to sit on your desk, put your coffee cup on it, use it as a coaster. Maybe that's what it was in its prior life. Maybe it was a coaster. It does kind of have a dark ring. It's got pretty decent relief, and the detail is all there, as you can see. It's certainly not damaged in any way. Just a weird piece that's in my pile. Decorative, yeah. It is kind of fun to have it on the shelf with all the other stuff. It stands out so well. Get it graded. Well, it doesn't have a value on it anywhere. It's not a coin. It doesn't actually say, oh, fuck, it does too. It says it really big. Is that legal? Could this be contraband? Fake currency? What does an actual cent say on it? I don't really care about pennies. I never look at them. Lincoln. So on this side, does it say 1 cent, or it just says like, back, it says, does it say anything other than those, like a number? Because that uses words. 1 cent. United States of America, 1 cent. And there's very fine print that are probably maker's initials. Yeah, minor initials in there. And then on the front, thank God we trust liberty. So yeah, it just says 1 cent on a real penny. That's a real penny. Technically, you should be able to spend it. I would not recommend trying it, and if you do, let me know how it goes. Yeah, it's the facts, troll. Well, I wouldn't say too many, because the people I deal with still have great prices. I just can't afford to buy things anymore. I'm in sell mode, even though I went to Coinbox's show last Sunday and spent $900, but I got some new gold coming to replace some of the gold y'all bought from me. So it is what it is. It's coming around, goes around. The market helps us do that. But yeah, thank God, because otherwise I had taken a beating on some gold last week, and I was able to replace it with pretty much the same stuff. Or pretty much just $1 less. That was good. And yeah, because I went from a nice piece to a beat up jewelry grade piece, but I got something to replace what I sold with that 1913 quarter eagle. Anyway, where are we at on this? $4 to Jet seems to have slowed down. Historic Kellen wants to put the dime to Trollfire. Is that what he was trying to say? Oh, that's brilliant, Kellen. I thought you were going the other way and trying to screw me up. Make me give you the casino token. I get it now. I'm over here trying to figure out what you guys want to buy, not who wants stuff for free. But thank you, that's generous. Do you want to keep your wallet? You never know what's going to come up tonight. But here's your card. Like, this is 8/7. August 7th, you won the GAW and got a free shipping and I guess this was a Rosie, actually, not a Winning Liberty. Yeah, a Rosie done. But silver. We're at 5 to Space Miner. So you want me to put this in Trollfire's bag and scrap? I'm going to keep your wallet open. You might change your mind. But I'll put this in Troll. But your wallet's still here. Even though it's from August and I should have expired it a long time ago. I need money. Buy my stuff. 5 to Space Miner. It's time to snipe. Snipers buy the big penny. I just remembered as I was selling the big penny that we could have said that was Ryan Trahan's big penny that he gave to Mr. Beast. Okay, if you know what that is, that means you're under 50 or cool. And if you don't know what that is, it means you're just a boomer. All right, let's go on. So Ryan Trahan and Mr. Beast and the giant penny story made history. Where are we at? We're checking who won and checking it twice. Oh, I never opened up tonight's chat room over here. That's last week's chat room. So let me grab the code from the studio and put it in here. You guys can watch. We're loading up this week's because that's last week's chat stream window still sitting there. But if I put the little code in here and refresh, we'll get a live view of who won. And it looks, we got to see if JetMech made it in at 7 or not. He did. JetMech, that you already have a wallet, so that's $7 for the giant penny. I think that's cool. I think I paid like $15 for it. You could ask Steeler Stacker next time you're over there how much Corky paid for that giant penny, historic paid for that giant penny. He may not even remember it because he's as burnt out as me. Good win. I'll throw in this free 2023 real penny with it for scale. Since that just happened to be laying on my desk from dumping out my pockets. Alright, let me find you a baggie. I hope it'll fit in here. Mrs. Beast is here watching. Is that the facts? Who else knows the Ryan Trahan giant penny reference? Anybody even know who Ryan Trahan is? Am I the only person that spends that much time on YouTube? Besides his 17 million subscribers or whatever. Smash the like button. Alright. So that's Troll Jet. Yeah, Big Penny was Jet. $7. Jet, your wallet is right there. You have a 10-ounce bar and some gold there, baby. What? Quarter? 10? Alright, let's in my way. They're gonna get lost over wallets. Next up, let's do some silver. Hello, Coinbox. I was just ranting about the fact that all the people that I love and always supported never come to see me. And poof, here comes my favorite one. Amaze Balls. Next up, we're going to do some silver bars. Well, a silver bar. Let's start an auction off. How's things over there in South Carolina, Coinbox? Did that storm, did get any of the edge of our storm that went up through Middle Tennessee last night? Put a tornado a half mile from my daughter and blew shit down all around me? It was apparently stretched from like the Gulf Coast to Canada. It was, but only like an inch wide. It was a nuts storm, crazy storm. 10-ounce. Pretty booby bar. It's gonna be an auction, starting bid. Oh, you know what we didn't do tonight? We didn't look at the price of silver in China. Let's go over to the left desktop. Pull up the Kitco. Let's go Kitco. Let's refresh because I have no idea when the last time that browser tab was reloaded. Silver is at $22.90. So we'll start this bad boy right here at $2.29. Here's what I got for you. I got a booby bar. Kind of like the one that was shown on Shroom Day's unboxing from me today on his channel a little bit earlier. Kind of exactly like that one. I'm going to start the auction at spot $2.29. 10-ounce bar. It's the die cut, laser cut, or whatever they call it, etched like feathers behind the Booby Liberty. She's not really boobied. She's actually got her clothes on. The other bars that Shroom Day showed that I sold them had boobies. They were round. Queen's Virtues or whatever. Anyway, 10 troy ounces of the 9909 fine silver with a dragon holding a fag. Okay, that's a bundle of sticks. Look it up. With an X. We got 230 of the Boneham. We got an upside down 10-ounce bar. It's still in the factory polylop. Or as my good buddy Coinbox likes to call it, the satchel. Take a page out of his satchel page. Yeah, my camera's crooked tonight. I must have banged the shit on this table earlier when I was moving the furniture around. It's a mighty fine satchel. So where are we at? We're at 230 to the bone of ham. 229 Jetmac had kicked it off. Invisible River Ranch says, nah, 231. Shrimmy, these particular bars, you know, I watched you say you were going to melt it on your video, and I'm like, the biggest regret I have about you melting that particular bar, these are new, these are modern, they're not vintage. You can go buy 10 more of them from, you know, the mint. But anytime you got something that's pristine in the factory packaging, that's so, I mean, it's not uncommon, but it's less common than raw silver. I feel like, don't fuck that up. Like, find something that's already been opened and got dirtied about. You know what I mean? Keep the good stuff good as long as you can. But that's just me. You do you, boo. It's a libertarian world where I live. Just don't nuke my yard and I won't nuke yours. You paid for it fair and square, and if you want to melt it and stick it to your forehead, that's fine with me. I don't advise it, and I wouldn't want you to hurt yourself, but if that's what you want to do, capital L libertarian and cap here, buddy, do you. I know you feel bad. You can feel bad and still melt 10 ounces of silver and make 10 1-ounce things that sell for twice as much because they're cool. Let me remind everyone that when Shroomy melts things, he makes stuff that are beautiful, like this owl that is one of my most cherished pieces of silver that I own. It's tarnished because I keep it out. I look at it every day. It's a very special gift from a special friend. Although I paid a little bit for it or traded something I don't even remember, or he gave it to me. I just know I have it now and he made it and it's the only one in the world. And it's one of my coolest cores I ever owned. So I brag on it every week, and I brag on Shroomy every week. And if Shroomy wants to melt one of these to make some more of those, I'm all for it. A boob on the bar is not as good as a bird in the smelter. Where are we at? We're at an auction stream on the internet, and people are doing stuff that I'm not paying attention to. Let me scroll back. So we had Invisible River at 231, and it kind of slowed down there while we were shooting the shit. We can do better than 231, folks. These bars are $250 to $300 all day. Coinbox, tell them how it is. Gold Sniping Farmer, you sell stuff. Tell them how it is. Tell them how it be, because people don't think it be like that, but it do. $40 ounces a shot. Hey, I just need to look out my front window. Something sounds like a truck just hit a tree. Hold on. No, it wasn't in my front yard, so it's not my problem. Actually, I think it was just somebody bouncing a trailer off the ditch down the street. All right. Let's see if you guys are poised to snipe and run this thing up to at least 240. I mean, where 10-ounce bars should be. I'm not pressed. If we sell it, we sell it. I gotta go to another country now in 20 days. Oh, are you still here, Coinbox? Check the timeout. You guys ruminate on this thing for a minute. You weren't here earlier, Coinbox, but let me show you something, what you facilitated. Coinbox, you know what I mean. If I go over here, I just want to show one picture, you guys. He's been a mentor to me this summer in terms of YouTube and precious metals and education, and also we've done some business together. I just want to let him know what one of our last business deals facilitated. This is my new home, dude. Remember when I told you I needed to act quick and I needed a big buyer? Well, you were him, and that was that, and this is it. My 40-foot diesel pusher 8.3 Cummins Allison transmission running driving mystery machine. That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a big ass 40-foot Scooby-Doo bus. That's what I'm gonna live in Costa Rica, y'all. I did a big tirade about it at the beginning of the show, so I won't break down on that now. But there it is, getting brought home by the people I bought it from. And the inside, well, we'll get into that later. That's another story. And my lot, pretty rugged and rough, but there's some pictures of my general area and an old construction that's on the lot that has a septic tank that still works, and a toilet that allegedly would flush if it still had a tank on it, but somebody stole the tank off it. So anyway, but there's water and electric and internet and everything at the property. This is the road down beside it. Just goes onto the cow farm beside me. But the neighbor was showing me this clip because that puddle in the road is our actual main water line coming to our houses, but it doesn't seem to affect the pressure. And the state doesn't fix it because the water comes out of the volcanic river, is totally 100% pure drinking water coming out of the ground like spring water, is piped to the local community homes, and then where it leaks out, it just goes right back into the river down at the bottom of that hill and that road. So nobody cares, and so they don't fix it because nobody's water pressure is affected. It just makes a puddle in the road on this man's land. There's nothing anybody can do about it because that's like the state utility company for Alayula, Costa Rica. Anyway, that's my new home. That's where I'm going. A volcano across the street and all, my little lot, my little plan that I'm drawing for how I'm going to lay things out, and all the things. Let's get back to the show. Let's do a sniper video, and let's sell this bar, which is currently at $232 to Hambo. Get it. Well, you do that, Shroom Day, but I'll put you to work. Oh, let's see if one of those snipes made it in. I hope they did. I need to sell it for more than I did. Let's see. Where are we going? To the chat. That's where we're going. We're going to look at the chat. The chat. So the chat says... Oh, top chat. We gotta double check that. We're still not sure. Live chat. It got reloaded by itself. It does that every couple minutes. Farmer! It looks like... We'll see what the reload does, but it looked like it refreshed once and it did it. Yep. Farmer, 235. Outstanding in his field. GSF. 235. That didn't hurt so bad. I think I only lost $5 on that sale. Let's see. Alright, but I have now made enough money to eat lunch tomorrow. Farmer, you got a lot. I know I read your name off at the beginning. That's Jess. That's SGTs. There it is. You got a gigantic pile of shit over here, Farmer. Farmer, you got one more week, but otherwise I'd be bitching about shipping you because you're at like, you got like 20 rounds, 20 ounces of rounds, and you've got like a 10 ounce, couple 10 ounce, you got a 10 ounce bar and a couple 10 ounce bars and some gold. I don't know what the hell. You've got a little volcano of metal over here about to fall over. Alright. Trollfire, Jetnet, Gold Sniping Farmer. You guys are my first 3 winners. Let's keep going. Next up, let's do some stuff for the regular folks. Grab a stack of things. We'll watch this for a minute. Oh, here we'll do another buck and go. Buck and go on this one, too. That's what we've done every week with these, and I'm still getting rid of them. I had almost a tube of these, and I was going to go ahead and complete the tube, and then I started going the other way and selling them to something I just don't care about that much. That's one secret that I'll tell you guys now that I only have one auction left. Everything I've ever shown you was not my very best stuff, because my very best stuff doesn't go for sale. Like my Chinese spaceship set I got. Stuff like that. Anyway, this is a 2020. You guys know what they are. I don't even type a whole lot here. It is just what it is. This is a 2021 Maple Buck and Go. It's got the queen on one side. It's got a leaf on the other. They don't change much from year to year. Let's get it in there and get her focused. Got this thing pulled back so that you could see the big penny. Let's screw everything up. Screwed up my distance eyes. Anyway, it's just your typical milky maple in a capsule that isn't really appropriately sized. Has a ring around it to keep it from bouncing into the edges, but it's not the right stuff. Just scraps from the box, 2021. Nothing really wrong with it, nothing great about it. Fucking go. I don't know why it's not showing up better. They are better when I put them in my hand, actually. For some reason, it eventually focuses. Yeah, there you go. I gotta block that bit. A little closer. But anyway, fine silver, 1 ounce, Argent pure. Not gonna sit there and oversell that. It's just a basic maple. Alright, 21, 21, 23, 24 to Daniel K. Let's keep going. We finally got the spot. We're not in business to keep losing money. Tell you what, though. Got 2 of those. One is spot right before the leaf. Might be on the leaf. One's been shot. Shot through the leaf with a milk spot. Milk spot through the leaf. Anyway, yeah, so whatever this goes for, the winner will have the option to buy both, and so on as we do down the line to the fallback bidders. One's a little milkier than the other. Same, they're just different shininess levels. One's just got a pretty solid spot right in the center of the leaf. The other one's just kind of dull all over. That's how maples are. Canada's not exactly up to Chinese quality control standards. 21, 21, 23, 24, 25 to the miner of space. Both are 2021s, I believe. Oh, 2013. That's why they're different colors of shadiness. 2013 and 2021. 13 on the right. That's what happens. I picked up the 21 and told you guys, and then picked up the other one and put it up there, and then realized I had 2. Drugs are bad, kids. Anyway, yeah, there's a 13 and a 21, for what it's worth. They're just maples. No major difference there. Unless you were like 10 years old and born in 2013 and that was exciting to you or something. Pretty much sealed, yeah. That's why one's got a mint mark too. For the, what you call it thing, right there. Alright, well, whatever. Same price, 2021 or 2013. Winner gets the one or both and can pick. So we will snipe them bad boys now. Let's go. Sold in the box. So what do we got? We had some fake snipes, but we didn't have any real snipes. So that one's pretty clearly going to Space Miner at 25. Space Miner at $25, just $1 over spot for the Mapples. 2013 or 2021. It is a steal SGT, and you can steal things too if you bid. There you go. The other auctioneers here think I'm really bad at business, but the thing is, I am maybe bad at business, but I'm really good at amusing myself, and that's what this is really all about. Why do you think I just up and sold chunks of my stack to buy a fucking bus in a jungle? I'm about fun. Money fucking, I don't give a shit. And never did. I spent a bunch to support my friends on the internet buying their stuff, and now I'm selling stuff, and my friends are supporting me. It's just the way it works. Miners offering up to, it would be automatically goes to the person behind him, Space Miner. So behind you would have been the next person in line to have the option would be Daniel K. So basically you can pick one or both, and then Daniel K can pick one of what's left, and if he doesn't, the next person, and so on. So it's not really a does anyone question, it's a do you want one or both, which year, and then Daniel, and then whoever was behind him, Ham, or whoever it was, Sean, and then Ham, or Rich, and then Ham. Colonialism in Latin America? No, I'm going there because I was explaining this. You guys laughed at me last week when somebody said, am I running from the law? And I said, no, I'm running because of laws. And then today I was talking to a really extremely right-wing friend of mine. And the guy's like over-the-top cliche stereotype in every possible way. Even the right-wing would look at him and go, dude, slow it down a notch. He's that far gone. And anyway, he was like, yeah, blah, 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 you know, something about gay people on TV, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, first of all, why do you even own a television? That's your first mistake. And second of all, propaganda gonna propa, you know? And third of all, that's why I'm moving to another fucking country, because the left is wrong, the right is wrong, the libertarians are never gonna get in office because they can't get their shit together in this country. Meanwhile, I went and looked at 16 other countries, and I found one that's as libertarian as fuck. Like, nobody cares what you do there unless you physically injure or, you know, financially fuck somebody. Literally nobody calls the cops about anything because there's never anything to call the cops about, because everybody's just like, you do you, boo, I'm over here smoking my weed. You go over there and worship your God, and we'll do our whatever. Or be gay, or whatever you want. Nobody cares. The whole country's that way. It's amazing. If you ever got a chance to go to Costa Rica and see what Democratic Republic looks like when it's done with actual freedom, then you might look back at America and go, wow, we were in fucking prison. And I'll laugh as we shoot down a major public road on a legal four-wheeler smoking legal weed to go get legal prostitutes at the beach while drinking open containers in the street. Legally. And unless you hurt somebody or rob them, you will be fine. Genuine freedom. It's crazy how different it is there. Yeah, that comes with some drawbacks, like, you know, if somebody does rob you out at the beach, breaks into your car, no cops are coming. You lost your camera. You're fucked for leaving it in your car, dumbass. But, you know, if somebody burns your house down, yes, you can sue them. There's a whole justice system and all that stuff. But, I mean, for the run-of-the-mill thing that happens, if nobody gets hurt, nobody gets robbed, and nobody calls the cops. If the cops come, then there better be a good reason. Nope, I'm getting low. I'm not going to go hunt and peck for onesie-twosie stuff. I'm going to put up what I got. You're going to bid or not. Take your deals when you can. This is a 20. This one's going to whatever Space Miner decided. He wants them both, right? Or no? He never said. So I need you to make the decision, Spacey. Do you want the 13 or the 21, so we can move on to the next bidder and move on to the next item? Those are the words I use with my friend. Independence, responsibility, accountability. Those personal needs to go in front of all those words. But yes, personal independence, personal responsibility, personal accountability. Slow down, SGT. People ask me that every week. They're like, digging your box for this one random thing. I'm like, dude. First of all, that's not as easy as it sounds back there to go rooting around in. And second of all, fuck if I know what I've got. I don't write things down. I'm not telling the government what I got. Fuck them. I don't write down anything about your sales except somebody owes me money. And I don't keep that after I ship it. I cross it off when I receive your money. I scribble this line out on here that you owe me money because it showed up in my inbox over there on that computer. And then I put your shit in an envelope and I print your sticker on that printer back there and I put it in a box to go. Somebody, Space Miner, emailed me tonight and he said, did you pack that on demand or did you already have it stored that way? I'm like, dude, I showed it to you that night. I had it packed and at the mailbox by 9 o'clock the next morning. You know, I mean, it's just what I do. The mailboxes, if I could take that wall down right there, you could see the post office about 300 feet behind me, so it's not hard. All right, so anyway, the answer was that he never answered. So, Space Miner, what are we doing? 13, 21, or none? I mean, well, you won, so you had to take one. So, or both. I don't see that. I've scrolled back like 3 times looking in there. I see him talking about freedom, and I see him responding to the conversation. I do not see anything about it. Didn't come to me. All right, pull both it is, and neither one of them is here. They are not there. I got Spokane answering for you. A couple other people could see it, but I can't see it. That's super weird. All right, well, those are both yours. Space Miner. But you don't. So that's plus 6er. Let me write it down. All right, so those went for some stupid number, 25. 50. Space. Give. Wallet. Right. Space. What wallet? You are now the owner of a wallet. Yep, that's true. Ranch gets me. Good not to see you again, Invisible. Alright, so let's see. Here's a weird item. I can't sell that. I remember why I have to keep that, but I'll show it to you. When I got ready to go to Costa Rica, started packing my shit up, all my gold prospecting tools are in North Carolina in a 10x20 storage I've had there since 2017 when I left the gold mine. But anyway, I bought some new pans, and so that I have some gold pans when I get to the creeks on my property to pack and take with me. And one of them came with this bag of pay dirt. Check this out. I paid $20 on eBay, I think it was, for a gold panning set to get a couple of pans and some tweezers and a vial and some stuff, a snuffer bottle and things that I had left in storage. And they sent me this bag of pay dirt that's pretty sizable. And I really want to, I can see the gold. See, there, you can actually, if I get the light just right, you'll see a couple of the flakes. There's one sort of right across from my thumb towards the other side. It's pretty sizable flake right there, showing in this black sand, and some other powder that kind of sparkles in the lights here. Now there's going to be some mica and some other shiny bits in the sand, obviously quartzes. But I guarantee that in this $20 bag, there's got to be at least $5 worth of gold, or they wouldn't have bothered, because you got to be able to find it. So that's interesting that buying a $20 panning kit showed up with an unexpected little bag of pay dirt with Bobby Bow. Keep your eye out for that deal on eBay. Gold pans with pay dirt. That's a fun way to learn in your bathtub. All right, let's sell some more silver. What's this one? I'm starting to sell rounds I wanted to keep, and that kind of bums me out, but I'll sell this one. And check your comps, because you guys are just ripping me off big time. In fact, I'm going to double check this one before I put the starting price on it. We can do that together. But first, let me go find out if it's even comparable. Alright, so... Yep, it sure is, and it's $40 all day long at all the cheapest places and more at other places. So, let's start a bid. I used to sell pay dirt at Gold Sniping Farmer. I did really well with that when I lived in North Carolina, selling it on eBay. I sold a couple hundred bags one summer and wasn't even really trying, and then I moved and stopped having access to the dirt. So anyway, here we go. Do auction. We're getting into premium rounds now because I don't have any cheap shit left. You've bought it all over the last 32 weeks. So this one here is going to be a starting bid of what it should be, and I'm not going to let you guys just rob this because this is super cool. We're going to start this at 37. And I'm going to show you something. So this is the 2023 Malta Eagle. Malta Eagle is the eagle. Let me get them right side up. It's an eagle grabbing a snake. The golden eagle from Malta with the cool sort of high relief dudes on the back and the Maltese cross. And it says Malta, Republic of Malta or something like that at the top. Fuck, the focus is bad. This is the new camera too. It focuses like 90% of the time, 100% of the time. It's something I never did master while doing. This is getting good camera. Anyway, you can Google them. Yeah, and so let's look at what it is. So the best way to see it is like this. So they're running $40. They start at $39.27 is the cheapest one. Above that is some other bullshit that didn't match the result. But $39.27 is the cheapest one I can find. And then we go up. So 40 and so on from there. Here's the big picture. What it looks like. Front. Back. Fine silver Malta. €5 coin. Gradable. In a capsule. Thank you, Space. Ham bones at 3. That doesn't make sense. It's a $37 opening bid. $2023 Malta Golden Eagle, €5, 1 ounce, sealed in the capsule, factory capsule. Limited mintage of 100,000 from Malta, Germanium Mint, Malta coat of arms, uncirculated. 9999, 49's fine. Cheapest one on the internet. Meanwhile, if I go over here to feedback on eBay, selling feedback, way back to like 2014 or 2012, received as a seller. Here it is. If I go over to my feedback, back in the day, I used to sell pay dirt on part of the reason I quit doing it on eBay was like, I get people that knew what they were doing, and they were like, finds in every spoonful, great challenge for experienced panners. As described, excellent. And then you get the guy who didn't find any gold, and I'm like, dude, I put the gold in the bags. It's not just a guessing game. I weigh out a specific amount and put it in there. So I hope you save that dirt, because you totally dumped it into your bucket. And then, yeah, you got all these people that are like, all gold, all these bags of dirt that I sold. And then you'll get people who are like, no, that one never made it there, and he got a refund because the package broke open and the post office eventually returned it to me. But we were in communication, and he still left a horrible whatever. I'm like, you got a refund, dumbass. But most people, as you can see, all greens, all good. I was sending out good pay dirt for $13, 5-pound bags, and they usually had, at that point in time, that $13 would have around what would now be probably a $25 worth of gold. I was putting in 1/10 of a gram, stuff like that, a couple tenths of a gram. But they were big enough to see. I had fun selling dirt. That was really fun. My friends used to laugh because they knew a guy who made money selling dirt. It's good business if you can get in it. If you know where to buy placer. So, is anybody interested in this bargain? Are you guys even here? I can't give this stuff away. Alright, we're gonna pull it. We're gonna pull it. The Golden Eagle at $3 less than the lowest price on the internet is out of here. Only one way to get money from you guys, so we'll do that. Start them in spot. I'm not gonna do buck and goes. That just kind of, it just gets to, I'm waiting for it to get to spot when I do that anyway. There's another one where I've got two. Winner gets one or both. Starting bid 24. Basically spot. 2021 Kriegs. $24 to the farmer. He's one of my Kruger lovers. I like Kriegs a lot. Ronald cheap broke both either. Cheapio. That's hard to say, dude. All right, who's sitting at home right now trying to say the word cheapiables? And say it right, not cheaples or cheap peoples, it's cheapiables. 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 These are the best Christmas presents you could have been buying the whole time. Do better than $300 in sales so far, though, so let's step it up a notch. You guys want some gold? I'll do some bargain gold to get the numbers up. But first, let's sell these Krugerrands to somebody. 24 to gold, 25 to jet. They're not making these anymore. They're from 2021. They're making different ones now. I'm starting to see a pattern of things, though. This is what, the second week of the month? First week of the month, when you guys are supposed to be paying your rent, you spend your money on silver. Then you realize you spent your money on silver and you got to pay your rent. So in the second week of the month, nobody can pay for silver. Meanwhile, over here in the emails, I'm getting emails from you guys like I'm supposed to be paying attention to them. What do they say? Let's see. SGT. Cool. Oh, Aaron, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to attach you to a YouTube name, but oh, person, you did ask for something. I'll remember to do that in a minute if I can remember. There's a new comment here. Looks great. That's awesome. Thank you. New pinned comment. Thank you, Shroomy. Angry Warrior mailed me his info. We'll just hold on to friend sent me some info. Cool. Good. Getting your info in early and often. Now, I'm still going to hold everything. Unless you tell me, along with that info that you specifically want me to ship tomorrow, I'll ship next Tuesday. Just because, give you one more last auction to come to. Thank you, Space, for handling that. You could wait till the end of the show for future purchases and your email alongside it. Very nice. Good job, folks, on the quick turnarounds. Love that. Meanwhile, we're at Jetmech in 25. We'll go ahead and run the sniper video on these bad boys. Let's see what we got. Some people did jump in there. Stretched out for that steal, and then you bid anyway, and I think you won again. I hope that doesn't break you. Let's find out what really happened, though. It could have been Steve. It could have been you. We're not sure yet. Find out. Feedback, no. Photos, no. Wait, where's the chat room? It's over here. Okay. Top chat. Why does it keep going back there? Nobody wants that. Nobody ever wants that. Why did they even invent that? Nobody in their right mind needs top chat for anything. It's a stupid feature, and it still loads back to top chat. Let's go to live chat for the fucking 10th one. Let's go. Stop. Click. Go. God. See, I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to the computer. Looks like it went to space at 27. There you go. Alright, mining cyberspace for at least 1, possibly 2 ounces of Krugerrands. That would be Mr. Space Miner. Is it going to be one or both? They're both the same. They're both identical. One has 2 phone rings around it, and one has 1 phone ring around it. That's about the only difference. 1 Kruger, please. Alright, since you pick first, I'll give you the tighter packed one. They're absolutely the same. Space Miner. Your bag is over here. Good maples, good collection. That's basic silver that you need right there. Plus 7. All right, so next in line was Stack and Steve at 26. You want the other one for 27? Stacking Steve, your option at 27 on the reminding one. Then Jetmech. Okay, Steve takes it. I believe you also have a wallet already. There it is. Yep, you got one in there with what's in it. A Krugerrand. Now you got 2 Krugerrands. Your other one is a 2023, so you got 2 different years. Nice. Stacking Steve. Then your wallet. Cool. You got 2 Krugs in there, 2 different years. That's pretty nifty. Alright, I already tried to sell you this and didn't buy it. Let me put it out of the way so I'm trying to sell it again. Alright, this. A little more expensive. Told you guys I was getting down to the expensive stuff. That we had sold all the cheap stuff. So what you're gonna see kind of tonight is better stuff, and I'm gonna ask a little more money for it. I'm still asking less than I should and less than you'll pay anywhere else. So passing these deals up is your gigantic mistake, but that's cool. You don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. But you'd be wrong. Alright, moving on to how much this is worth. This is worth, yep, that's what I thought. Liberty's the cheapest at 62, so I'll start it at 60. Here we go. Alright. Bow board 2. Silver around. Bid $1.60. Boom. What we got here in a factory encapsulation is the yellow Beaufort 2-ounce fine silver round. The yellow Beaufort being the Queen's Critters. This one is a in hard to focus goat. Oh, correctly, the yellow. Big fat chunky 2-ounce round with the queen on the back. 5 pounds. Proof. But the front, I kind of forgot which way is up. This way. I'm trying to get it to. It's too shiny. That's the problem. It's the too shiny ones. Let's get a picture of one up. Yellow Beaufort, 2-ounce. Queen's Beasts. The cheapest one is Liberty at $62. I'm starting mine at 60. Here's the image that's on it. Oh, I'm over here clicking on the video, not the actual thing. Okay, so Yale Beaufort 2-ounce fine silver 2023 round, 2 ounces. Chunky little monkey in a capsule, perfectly fitted factory capsule with a polka dotted goat on the front. And a not polka dotted goat on the back. Actually, she's got polka dots on her crown, so she's a polka dotted goat too. So we're starting that one at, and I only have one of these. Starting it at the low of 60, lowest price out there. It's a stellar looking piece. Steve's in. He finally looked it up and figured out what it's really worth. It's probably about $70 in most places. Every one of you could be making money by taking this stuff from me at night and going the next day to Facebook, gold and silver groups and listing it and making money. If I had the patience for that, that's how I would sell, because I'd make twice what I make from you guys. But I'm not that concerned about the money. I'm concerned about the cash flow. And right now I need cash to flow to me instead of away from me, so I'm selling instead of buying. It's just a river and I dip in it when I need to. Not an ambitious person. At all. The bare minimum to stay alive. It's fine with me. I got a 60 from Steve. Anybody gonna bid against him on that and try to drive the price up where it should be? I mean, if you buy 10 plus, you can get them for 58, but I don't have 10 plus. $60, $70, $72, $73, $75. I'm talking about a $75 to $80 coin all day with a couple really cute That mix 86.75. No, 75 and $80. And I'm offering it to you at 60. And you get mad at me for whining. You guys are just, can you not be buying this stuff? It's like free money. Literally buy it from me and sell it. Be more patient than me and get more money. While you think about that lesson in life that I'm trying to teach you, I'm going to go get the coffee off the coffee machine that I made at 5:30, 2 hours and 15 minutes ago, and never drank because it's still sitting on the coffee machine. So you all consider that 2-ounce lesson in life at almost 33% off. I'm gonna go put milk and sugar in this cold coffee and try not to die. All right. 60 to Steve. Space Miner, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm passing on my wealth. I had a 6-figure stack when I started selling. About $120,000 worth of metal. If I turned around and looked at it right now and had to guess what's left, and well, to be honest, I do have to guess what's left because I don't keep it written down or keep records of it at all. Given there's a few pieces in there worth $1,000 a piece, like I'd say there's probably still 20 grand to 30 grand behind me, maybe more. But not at the rate I'm selling it to you guys. I'm probably gonna have to go to a local coin shop before I leave town and just do a big giant butt screwing to myself to get money. Come to Rica, man. Ambition is overrated. People who spend their 80 years on life. Oh, by the way, all the stuff you hear me say, all the opinions and attitude and stuff, when I stop doing auctions and get to Costa Rica and I'm doing vlogging and content about panning in the creeks and the gold museum in San Jose and stuff like that, you're gonna see me dive more into opinion, op-ed, editorial kind of content, and you're gonna find out a lot about what I believe in the world and what's wrong with it. And I hope that some of it will resonate. I know that many of you that I've spoken to one-on-one are of kindred minds about freedom and liberty and the overall disgrace that this country is becoming. But that doesn't mean the other countries are better. They just might be easier. So, anyway. Take veterans, for example. I know we have some in the room. I used to be a hardcore Alex Jones Patriot guy. I was that guy. But somewhere along the way, traveling around to 16 countries and meeting all those people and traveling the United States and seeing everybody and everything, 48 states out of 50, I learned everybody's nice, everybody's an idiot, but nobody's different. And at that point, I realized all this chest-beating American nationalism and patriotism and shit. Sure, we did some shit in history, like beat up a bunch of other countries' dads. But so did the Catholics, and so did the Spanish, and so did the British, and so did everybody else. Nobody gives a shit because they're not civilizations anymore. And guess what? We're not going to be either in about another 50 years. Go watch some Ray Dalio. You know, I mean, you don't even have to watch Ray Dalio. You just have to read a book. Every civilization that ever existed lasted about 300 years, maybe 500. Some of them went 1,000, but they were splinters. You know, Rome, but also Greece, but also the Byzantines. You know, like that's kind of a period in most people's mind, but it's actually like 5 periods. And it's hard to think about stuff, but when you start to think about how important, what's important in life, and you realize that Cleopatra lives closer in time to you than she does to the pyramids being built. When you find out about things like Göbekli Tepe, which is a 10,000-year-old civilization that doesn't exist anymore, but it was at one point all over the world, you know, like, it's just stupid to pledge your allegiance to a skycloth. And so let's go back to veterans. I admire veterans. The work they put in is difficult. The efforts they pull off are admirable. The reasons, most of them will agree with me when they say they were bullshit. So I admire the people that do good for the sake of doing good, but honest to God, I also think it's kind of a gigantic waste of time, and they should have done anything else with their lives. Like hang out with their kids and their families and their loved ones, and just, I don't know. We need doctors, we need engineers, we need some scientists, but 90% of the shit humans do every day is absolutely 100% useless, pointless, and bad for them. So I checked out of that whole thing. I mean, I worked for NASA. I won an award from the president. I worked at some high levels in Washington, D.C. as a consultant from SAIC and several defense contractors along the way, doing software, nothing wet work, more like software work, but at some really strange places doing some really strange things. And conversely, I've worked for the enemy doing similar kinds of things. And honestly, I don't care who is writing the checks, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I did or didn't do, or any of those soldiers, other than saving their friends. And so, I mean, this whole blind nationalism thing is Stockholm Syndrome. Let's move on. We're going to sell this Yale of Beaufort, and we're going to sell it to somebody right after the sniper video. Well, that sold at the lowest price on the internet. The Yale bailed to Stack and Steve at 60. Thanks, Stack. I'll put it in your wallet. Yep. Capital L, libertarian, anarcho-capitalist here. I would like you to grow weed next to your nuclear silo in your backyard with your gay lover, however that meme goes. I really don't give a shit. Just stay out of my yard. That's all I care about. Alright, so Stack and Steve, let's go over here. And see, the thing is, you can't argue with people that are blindly statist or nationalist or patriotic to the random place on a rock they got genetically expelled from. But that's their life. So you can't argue with somebody's life just because they got born on a random place on a rock, hurtling through space at 17 billion miles an hour. Only for their civilization to last shorter amounts of time than some of the animals that live on the planet with them, like giant tortoises. Okay, moving on. What are we gonna sell next? Let's do some gold. Let's do some gold. First some interesting gold, then some cheap gold. Interesting gold first. I'll put this up there. I actually wasn't going to sell this. I bought this to replace one I sold last week, but I'll offer it up just to see what happens. Wait, where'd it go? That was it in my hand. It's not. Oh, it's not here yet. That is the other piece of it. Never mind. My package from Coinbox is somewhere in Georgia, and it never goes there on its way here from there, so I don't know where my stock is. Let me show you some stuff I got here, though. This piece. Quick with the NGC app. Where's my phone? It's in the other room. Well, my telephone is probably in my car, so if any of you are trying to call me, that's a problem. Look it up another way. Problem with not keeping records is I don't know what I paid for shit and when I bought it or who I bought it from or any of that. So it's hard to get a price for you real quick on things. But I think you'll like this. This is pretty neat. Six. Let's see. Yeah, there's one. It's worth exactly what I thought. Yep. So let's just make sure that is the lowest one. It is, because AppMex wants the, wow. Oh, that's an auction. No wonder it's so low. Yeah. I'm going to have to get, well, AppMex is the lowest, and hopefully they have the information in there about the weight. I'll show you what this is. Like I said, we're up to the good stuff now. So yeah, here it is. I got all the details. So here we go. This is going to be an auction for this piece right here. Type it all in. This one I'll try to be accurate and not so jokey about. It's a little bit more complicated. I'll type it in exactly how you would want to Google it. Starting bid on this is going to be at lower than AppMex's lowest price on the internet, of course, like I do. We'll start it at $5.50. So we're going to start this literally $14 lower than AppMex, which is the lowest one I can find, because there's not that many of these. This is a, let me explain it all, and then I'll show you the deal on screen so you can read the numbers as well and put them in your head. I'm spelling it wrong, so I'm just trying to fix that real quick. There we go. Alright, so this is a 1946B MS66 Liechtenstein 10 franc gold piece and an NGC holder. So on one side it has, at that point, the guy in charge of Liechtenstein, I guess. And on the back it has the coat of arms. So I'll give you better pictures and data now on that bad boy. So AppMex is the lowest one on the internet today at $5.63. That's a 1946, exactly the same thing, only theirs is a 65, mine is a 66. It's a whole grade higher. As you know, that's a significant jump usually in gold. So mine is a grade higher. Here's the picture that's on it. This one has a line on its face on theirs. That's probably why I got the lower grade. Joseph Bronze from Liechtenstein. And the gold content and all that information is down here. It's got 9/10, so it's, or 900, so it's a 10th ounce. Basically, it's a 10th ounce round of actual gold weight. A little bit bigger around than an American Eagle. Franz Joseph facing the left, crown shield with stars on the reverse. 10th ounce antique Liechtenstein 10 franc gold with a grade MS66. $15 less than one with a lower grade. Hey, I'm 1M1. Been a long time. All these people from coming out of the woodwork that have missed the last 25 shows, and there's only one more to go after tonight. And then I'll eat. 1946, Liechtenstein. 10 franc gold piece. Check your comps. Try and find one for this price. $5.50. Especially in a high level grade. Shiny antique gold and flawless quality. This is the stuff that you should be buying. This is the stuff I wasn't gonna sell. This is the stuff to give to my daughter, not some 2022 generic round. It's this. This is what you take into an episode of Pawn Stars in a few years, or anytime really. 1946 was a long time ago. This is not generic bullshit. And unfortunately, we're getting to the point where when we start to sell my collection, and we talk about gold, it's not going to be little dinky grammars. It's going to be, valuable antique slabs of gold, right? So, I mean, I'm just saying, we're getting to where you got to bring your wallets to the show. What happened to me one? Oh man, yes it is. Been through two of them. First one was absolutely horrible. She cheated. Second one was more of a Britney Spears, whoops, we got married again thing. There'll be a third time. Yeah, most of them are Eagles. And they're a little easier to price. I need to go out to my car and grab my phone so I can scan you the value of this. Got too many irons in the fire. Room day, send me a text message on my cell phone so that it'll beep or something. I don't know where the hell it is. Ever since I started packing up my house, nothing's in its usual spot where you go every day and put things for years, and then you take that place away. And then you shut stuff down and you can't find it. I've been losing my coffee cup and my phone all day. I haven't lost one in 3 years. Got it. Got the phone here. Let me test all these alerts to the NGC scanner. Thanks, Remy. I got the phone now. I was using you as my Apple AirTag. Only 10 and I are grade. These are rare. This is real gold. This is the kind of gold you want to own. Thank you, Chris. All right. I shouldn't have said that out loud. Anyway, whatever. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. I am getting so many alerts I can't get to the NGC app, but Troll's got it covered. Metals. I want to see what it scans at, or if it has a price for the scan. Haven't checked it in a while. NGC, got it. Scan that bad boy and see what it do. It says no price. Well, I got one on eBay at APMEX, and it's a lower grade. Let's see if there's an MS66 and if the grade jumps massively. Venezuela, Liechtenstein 65, Liechtenstein 66. Yeah, $600. The cheapest one of these in this grade is $600 even. Plus no shipping. So yeah, $600 is what I've got for a comp. Nobody, but I believe eBay's prices, because when there's only 10 of these in the world, where else are you going to get a price? But the only price you can find. I'm surprised APMEX has one, to be honest with you. That seems unusual for them because they usually deal in the bulk stuff. But to have a single graded coin doesn't seem very APMEXy. I guess it is. Usually they've got hundreds of things of whatever generic thing they're pushing. Yeah, no price available. 10 in higher grades. 67 in this grade. One of the top 75 coins in the world of that particular coin. And the lowest price you're going to find on it on the planet. Well, I guess they can't because there's another one with a higher grade right next to it for 50 bucks higher. So 600 for the 66, and they were getting, what was it? That one that says 369 is an auction with a week to go, so that's not even close yet. But one that was the 5065 from Avex is 563, and the 66 is 600. And then there isn't any more. Then we're into, for some reason, the search for Liechtenstein gold brings up radiator parts. I don't know why. What part of 1946B Liechtenstein 10F NGCMS? Probably the 1946B is all these part numbers. Anyway, anyone interested in owning a real piece of gold? For a really good price. So, there it is. Meanwhile, while you guys finish considering that one, let me get the next one ready. This one I know what the price I paid for it is because it's written on its storage baggie. So I'll just list it for what I paid for it, and then we'll look it up and see how badly I did on it. This is going to be fun. Here we're going to go kind of reverse corking. Reverse historicing. Alright, Liechtenstein is gone. I'm keeping that valuable. Let it get more valuable while you don't. Next up, another piece that's similar but much older. Yeah, it is beautiful, man. And it was a great price. You guys missed it. Too bad it's gone now. Let's see. Where's my magnifying glass? Yeah, I'm setting this one up in the chat, then I'll send it, then I'll show you, and then we'll go see what I paid. I'm going to list it for exactly what I paid for it. And then we're going to go see if what I paid for it makes any sense based on the current market. I probably bought this last summer. I had to guess about when it was. Maybe even last spring. This one's been around a minute, I think. I've never shown it to you before, I don't think ever, on the show. Because I never intended to sell this foreign old gold. This foreign old gold is the money. This is the real shit. This is the shit. It ain't just some 10th ounce polar bear, you know? This is the real thing. This is old, historic gold that's been somewhere, did things. Alright, so this one goes up with a starting bid of $390. So slightly more affordable than the Liechtenstein piece because it's slightly less rare. And not graded the same way. However, it is old. I forgot to put the grade in the listing here. Let me put that back in here. Oh, I typoed too. I put the wrong grade by one number, just like I did last. 58. No, that's correct. Yep, I need to start wearing my glasses. Okay, this one is old antique foreign gold too, even older. Here we have an 1882 R Italy 20 lira gold piece in AU 58. I paid $390 for it, was written on its baggie, so that's where the auction is starting. Let's go find out what eBay would sell you for today and see how badly I got ripped off when I bought it. 1882 R Italy G20L. That'll also get us hopefully a listing that has the specs in it, or I'll go scan it, or Trollfire if you'll jump on the scanning if you can get a good clean shot of it. I'm working the eBay angle to figure out what it's worth. G20L gold NGC AU. AU, of course, not being quite as good as mint state, about uncirculated, and a high number for about uncirculated, but it is a circulated coin. It looks almost uncirculated. $6.55 on eBay. Fuck yeah. $6.35. I put it up there at what I paid for it, you guys. The cheapest one I see is $4.45, and it's a details coin with problems. Let me go over to the eBay. Check this out, you guys. I just put that coin up for $390 because that's what I paid for it. I don't know why it's showing me this not finding what you're looking for when it showed me exactly what I'm looking for, and now that's in my way. I can't make it go over there. Yeah, sorted. I want to check the sorting. So the cheapest absolute perfect match is $655, guys. But is that an anomaly? No, because here's another one with details, AU details for $445. Here's another one, MS for $635. Here's an AU 58 silver, whatever. No, that's different. $59 silver thing. Here's one almost exactly like it for $475 plus 15 shipping. With that's an MS, but yeah. So we're looking at the right price. We're looking at the absolute right price at $390. You are not even coming close. Some of these things are $500, $600, $700, $800. $679 once they get up into the MSs. No price, thanks. So NGC doesn't know, but matching it exactly, they're asking $655 for this one. And the person is a coin shop ID with 6,700 feedback, so probably a legit coin and a legit price at $655. Somebody that has done his homework on what it's worth. That's basically what it looks like. $390. I hope you don't buy this one, to be honest with you, because I'll list it tomorrow on Facebook for $600. Laugh. Laugh when it sells in an hour. I just hate dealing with people. Here's my Italian fam. Yep, it doesn't matter what the sold price is, Nash. You can't buy those anymore. You can only buy the ones that are for sale. Mine's currently the cheapest one for sale. Sold price is irrelevant. What are you going to do with the sold price? Beg them to resell it? They're going to want more. By the way, you got a wallet here, Nash. I don't know what I don't know what's that. Well, you got an ounce of silver and a wallet here, man. You got one more week to fill it. It's got to go. I'm happy to keep these pieces you aren't buying that are worth almost double what I'm selling them for. We never did answer the question of how much gold is in this thing. Let's see what this listing tells us. It does not. Let me Google it. Gold content, gold content. NGC page says. All right, so it's actually 2/10. So it's gold. Composition is 90%, 6.4516 grams. Actual gold weight is 0.1867, so 0.19, so 2/10. Melt value 370. Melt is 370, and I have it at 390, and it's a piece from the 1800s. Is the camera blurry or is it just you? Partially both. It's about as focused as a Logitech C920 gets. You can see its own reflection in the coin. A lot of it has to do with the plastic. There is some copper right at the point where, or is that a shadow? No, it's a shadow. I was gonna say it looks like some copper at the holder points, but nope, it's just shadows making it dark there. Because they move. They move when I move the light. It's a good piece. I do have a bid at Trollfire at 390 who has just checked all the comps and figured out what he's looking at. This is some history right here, and offering it at $20 over melt for an 1882 graded slabbed piece. Thanks, Space Miner. I already did lose my ass. I lost my ass on the first half of this stack. At this point, I'm just trying to get some cash to move to another country so I don't have to give a fuck about cash ever again. Because life down there is not much cheaper, really, honestly, but it's going to be cheaper for me because I'm going to own my land and home outright paid for in cash. The bust was $4 grand, the land was $8 grand, 12 grand later. Thanks for your purchases. You bought me a house for the rest of my life. I'm never going to pay rent again. This house I'm sitting in right now is $1,100 a month plus utilities. I pay $1,500 a month to live here by myself. That entire nut is going to vaporize into about $100 worth of utilities in Costa Rica. So I just 10x reduced my bottom line shelter. I don't care about money anymore. I'll be able to live down there on $500 a month income aside from my weed smoking, and I can grow that. Because it's legal. Well, technically it's illegal, but no one has ever enforced that law ever in the history of Costa Rica, so and actually it's up for debate now in their Congress to legalize it anyway. It's probably going to be legal by into 2024 from all the word on the street, so I'm not overly concerned about their laws. It never stopped me here for 45 years of smoking it and growing it. It's not just a yellow bus, Ronald. It was a city transit bus, so it's a step up from school bus on all of its capabilities. Prostitution fund, I don't pay for that. They pay me. Plus, at my age, 2 wives, a 31-year-old daughter, 3 older sisters, a mother, 3 aunts. I'm kind of over women. I'm just done. I'm old. I'm gonna go smoke pot under a coconut tree and try not to let them hit me in the head when they fall. Alright, so we do have one bid. I have a good feeling that there's not much competition on this at $390, but that is the amazing price that I paid for it. So for once, I'm actually gonna not lose money on a sale. Your 2 acres isn't large enough to support your weed supply. Well, you're doing both wrong, because I have 1/10 of an acre and I guarantee you I can create endless weed in that amount of space. And my house and patio and hangout zones will still be there too. You ever done a 4x4 2-liter bottle hydroponic build? Fits in 4 square feet. Grows 16 plants at a time. You can grow a pound every cycle if you cut the plants early. In like 90 days. If you grow them out a full 5 or 6 months, you can get probably 2-3 pounds out of a 4x4 square foot hydroponic ebb and flow built out of aquarium tubing, 2-liter bottles, and 2x2 lumber to make a table to put the bottles in. A couple coolers to use for reservoirs. I built the whole thing for like 30 bucks. Right now what I've got, and I don't use it, in fact I never used it, I bought it and now I'm going to put it in storage and move, and I can't carry this on an airplane effectively, but I have a grow tent and all the LED lights and the whole charcoal air filtration, air filter pumps and duct work and shit to run it outside your house. And I invested in all the grow tent shit, never got around to it because I've got a really great guy that delivers. I don't have to grow it. I was going to do it for fun and never did. And now that sits in my closet unused, $300 worth of growing equipment that isn't going to Costa Rica. Yeah, it's one thing to sell it. It's another thing that I'm going to sell it probably at a loss and never used it. So right now it's going to go in storage, and maybe I'm going to figure out a way to like roll up the canvas part of the tent or the nylon, whatever you want to call it, and put it in an actual tent bag, like from Kmart, you know, like a pup tent, and carry it down the poles and the tent as camouflaged as an actual tent, because they're not going to unroll it. Look, it's poles and tent material. It's a tent in a tent bag labeled Walmart tent, right? So I'm going to do that. Then the lights I'll take on a separate trip, and there's nothing illegal about having an LED light. The combination of grow tent, LED lights, air filtration system, and everything else is obviously a hydroponic growing environment. But if I take it a piece at a time, I can probably get it there. So, all right, and that's the thing. It's fine to have weed. Personal possession is legal. It's the distribution and manufacturing that gets sketchy in Costa Rica because cartels are what they're trying to stop. They don't care about hippies. All right, we're gonna sell it. Here comes the sniper video. We're at $390, $20 over melt on antique 1882 gold. I'm not sure, troll. All right, we're sold. I don't know if it's nitrogen kind of makes sense, but let's think about burning magma and burning rock and vegetative organic material coming out of a volcano. Sulfur, it's sulfuric. We have a lot of sulfur springs, a lot of sulfur water. So I'm not sure. I know that Costa Rica gets a lot of greenwashing because everybody thinks it's where all that healthy rainforest organic granola comes from. But the fact of the matter is it's one of the highest users of pesticides and non-organic gardening techniques on the planet. They're really up in arms internally in a country. While we're over here worrying about if some dude is selling beer in a dress, they're over there worried about why millions of acres are being covered in DDT. So, we're not the same. But the flip side of that is freedom, baby. If those guys want to put DDT on their shit and other people want to buy it, everybody knows it's there, so it's not a secret. All right, that's sold, and it's sold nicely to our dude Troll. So yeah, thank you, Trollfire. $390. I'm gonna put that in your thingamabob. I've lost my ballpoint pen. Here it is. Trollfire plus 390. And that's a great historic piece. Take a good look. It's really just something I think that you should cherish. You can flip it. You could probably practically double up on it. I encourage you to make the money, but I also encourage you to think strongly about letting go of this piece. I had to think strongly about letting go of it because that's the real gold. That's the kind of shit. It's from the 1800s. All right, Trollfire, your wallet is right here. All right, well, while we're doing expensive gold, Liechtenstein piece. Double check. I'm not sure why these have a price written on them. It doesn't make any sense to me, so I need to make sure I'm not about to screw up when I offer them for less. Let's see. Wow, I've got like a million windows open on that Liechtenstein and piece there, looking for all the details on it. All these two. Okay, so back to the bay to double check why these are marked such a high price, because it doesn't make any sense, and if it does, then I'll tell you why when I find out. Then we'll list them. These are going to be gold eagles, but I got to find out more about them first because they have a number written on them that just seems crazy. And I want to make sure it's not like the year that they only made 3 of them or something like that. Or if they were just marked that way by whoever owned them before badly, because I didn't write this up. Blah, 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 blah. They are not coming up in the list at all, but they should because they're very common. There we go. Now they're coming. Oh my god. Why are these so high? Alright, I'm going to put these up at the lowest price. I don't think anybody's going to buy them unless they know why they're this expensive. I don't know why they're this expensive, and I'm going to have to go Google it. Because to me, they're the same as all the others that are not this expensive. I'm trying to sort by lowest, and it's taking its time. There we go. So the lowest raw one. These are all slab. Yeah, that makes... Nope, that's this year. That's not the same year. Why are these so expensive? All right, let me put it up there and then try to show you what's going on. For some reason, this year seems to be way higher. I'm gonna write it in there. I'm gonna figure out a starting price. See, these are 2016 Gold Eagles. I got 2 of them. They say $290 on them. I've never paid $290 for an unslab. I've got some slabbed gold tints that are more than that, because they're like MS70s and perfect and older, but I don't know why these say $290. The cheapest one on eBay right now that's raw is $280. But every other Eagle is like $235, $240, $250. Why are these so much higher? Was 2016 something special about 2016? Just to be safe, I'm gonna start them at $250. AVE 110, 2016. Just so I don't find out later I sold the Holy Grail. I'm gonna start them at lower than they say on them, which I don't know, but this is still lower than anything on eBay where I'm putting them in by a long shot. So I've got 2. Winner can pick one or both. I typed SB. Even, yeah, the slabbed ones are like $350 and up. But a 2023 is only $235. So I don't know why these are so high for the 16s. Let me Google that. 2016 110 ounce American Gold Eagle. Let's get like a Wikipedia or something on it here. Why is this one so much more? The Atmex website, they're listed for $311. Specs. Is it the mintage? They're West Point minted. They're $312 at Atmex. It's $290 was probably the right price. What the fuck? JM Bullion has them too. Let's see how much they want. They want $316. Well, apparently the 2016s were made at West Point. Are they not all made at West Point? If you're doing what I'm doing and Googling around right now, these things are all over $300. I'm shocked. They do say $290 on them. That's probably what I paid. I don't remember. But they're coming up everywhere over $300 or out of stock. Proofs? Maybe, but the one I just found at JM wasn't proof. And it said it was a W. No, it was Atmex that said W. JM has a big old description, but it's just generic information about Eagles. It doesn't say why the 2016 is special. Yeah, my microscope is done. It fried in the storm. Let me look at this magnifying glass, though. Do they have a mint mark, or do they just all come from West Point when they're gold? Need my loop. These things are tiny. Yeah, I have a red book behind me, but it's actually old. Where would a mint mark be? Under the date, no mint mark. What did I see right off the bat with a loop? Let me flip it over. At the bottom of the obverse or reverse. Where's that? There's initials under the Eagles. I don't see a mint mark anywhere. MB and JW, it says those are the designers' initials. Really tiny. Yeah, because the APMEX listing said that the 2016-W, but I don't see any W's on these, or at least on the first one I picked up, but I don't see any marks like P or S or D either. I'm not entirely sure where to look. But they are good gold. I probably paid $2.90 for them. That looks like Coinbox SC writing on those things. And he would write the price on them because he had them in his store, so that's probably where they came from. What else can I find out about these things? Why are they so fucking expensive? What did Atmix say? They said Western, but they didn't say proof. SD bullion. So what do they got? They're out of stock, and so they don't show a price. What do they say in their description? Doesn't say anything about where they were minted. I think you guys are right. The proofs are probably West Point, the rest are probably $5 gold pieces. 91.9167, so 92% pure. I don't know. But they're up there for sale. Sean's at 251. Apparently they're worth over 300 for some reason. JetMec opens this up. Thank you both. It's a good deal, but we just don't know why. Okay, Troll. And I got to do Morgan's after that. I said I was going to go long tonight. I'm in no hurry to quit. But we're just going to do one thing at a time. I need to do some copper because it was a request. I need to do... if I have any, because I think I sold most of the copper I had for sale last week. It went pretty fast. But copper, Morgans, and slabbed AGEs will be where we end the night. Probably. Because those are going to take a while. There's a bunch of them. So, anyway, there can't be tons of competition on these. I do have some bidders. They're going to get sold, so... as much as I'd like to now get the price over $300 because apparently that's what they should be, I'm getting ready to send it. Check your comps. Shroomy will tell you. He made a whole video today telling you how I tell you to check your comps, and that after the show he checked his comps and he made a bunch of money off me, and you guys can do the same. JetMec, there's... I think there might be a quarter ounce of something floating around here. But I can't remember if it's a polar bear, a Krug, or what. So let me look in the box. And normally I would yell and say, no, I'm not looking in the box for onesie, twosie shit. But when you start talking quarter ounce gold, it's worth my time because I need money. A single ounce of silver, I'm not looking for. A quarter ounce of gold, that I might spend a minute on. Anyway, let's run the sniper video. Alright, well that sold to Sean for $251, unless JetMec got in there. Let's find out. He popped up late enough that I doubt it, but let's go find the chat room. Let's go over there and see. Yeah, live chat. Let me just spin it again. I think he was just a notch late, which is a bummer because I could have used that extra $9. Oh well, it is going to Sean at 251. Sean, you have the option for one or two of them. The next option would go to our previous bidder of JetMec, also at 251. Even though he tried to hook me up, it didn't work out. So, do you want one or both there, Seanorama? Let me show them to you. They're the exact same thing. Sean's just for one, so Sean... that's a first purchase tonight, but not your first wallet item. So that is $251, no additional charge. They're identical, picking the first one that hits my hand. That's this one. And that leaves you, Jen. You want the other one at $251? I mean, it's not that blurry, Troll. Sean, Troll, it does get blurry, but right now it's in pretty good shape. The stuff in the back's a little out of focus, but it's also almost a foot away from the camera that's focused on the gold right now. Okay, so Jet wants the other one. Jet. Shit, you bought that big penny, and I was looking at this piece of paper. I'm writing down 251. I'm like, what did I sell somebody for $7? Yeah, I remember the big penny. All right, good job. Nice sharing, boys. This one goes in Jet Neck Bag. Jet Neck Bag. Big penny one. All right, well, since I already have the box out, continue the other slabs, and we'll figure out what they are together and come up with prices based on their value, as we do. I have one other piece of old foreign gold I'm not selling tonight. It's not for sale because it's actually, I'm taking it to Costa Rica. During the video at the beginning of the movie, beginning of the stream, I showed you a movie of the volcano, and I pointed out briefly we saw a flash of the guy that lives next door. He's from France, actually very French, barely speaks English, and he's the man of the woman I've known in America for years. That's a friend of mine, and we all became friends. But anyway, he's French, and he got into gold, and he's excited about gold and silver. He came from crypto. That's how I know all these people from the crypto scene. And so I picked up this 1898 French Gold Eagle. If you've never seen one of these, I'm just going to show it to you while I'm getting ready to pull out these slabs for show and tell. I actually bought this on eBay specifically because it was a smoking deal and because I wanted to bring some French gold to my friends there. And it's going to be hard to get a good shot in the plastic, and I don't want to take it out because it's kind of sealed in there, sort of. But it's an angel. It's a really cool coin. If you ever look up the French gold angels, and they're a thing. People collect them. It's like a naked angel playing a harp, and it says Republique du France or whatever, and has a rooster on it. It's really cool. 1858. No, sorry, 1898. This particular one, gold angel coins. But they made them for a long time. 20 francs, 22 karat. About the size of a quarter ounce of gold, but it's actually like 0.24, 0.239 or something like that. All right, let's talk about slabbed eagles. Guys ready to spend some money? Because that's where this goes quickly with slabbed eagles. Probably the most expensive way to buy gold in terms of premium versus value of melt value. But probably the most resellable collectible in the game. So there's that. Let me sort them by year. 10, 15, 17, 7. 99. And what's this one? Alright, yeah, and it's actually the oldest too. All right, we're going to go from oldest to newest. We're going to... Hey, Milky! My God! Have you ever even come to one of my damn auctions since last October? Wow. Good to see you, my brother. How are you doing? Are you feeling good? Are you strong? Is your house coming back together from all the wreckage? You know nothing. I know nothing, too. I'm loading up an app, PCGS app, to see what this one scans for before I start with the slab. You're here just in time for the slabs of gold, my friend, which I know you love. Scan. It's wild that PCGS is now a better scanner than NGC is. It used to be the totally other way around. All right, I even got a price value on this one. Let's check that against eBay. Let me put in a starting line here so you guys can start thinking about buying it. The first one of our Eagle fashion show tonight. It's going to be the only one in a PCGS slab. The rest are NGC. But because it is a PR69 DCAM 1988P, I like the deep cameos. I like the PR69s. I like the price that it came up at in PCGS. Let me see how it comes up on eBay to make sure PCGS isn't too freaking high on a crack. And then we'll put a price in the chat and I'll get you going on it and show it to you. So 1988-P PCGS PR69 Cam. Oh yeah, yep, they're pretty close. So we'll start it. Okay. I'm gonna start it at the, let's see, make sure I'm in lowest price. Yes, I am. So the lowest one on eBay is actually higher than the scan price. So I'm gonna put it in at the scan price. Let's start it there. The stream is cutting out. I don't have any alerts. I'm looking all green on the meters. High speed streaming. You guys got weather where you are? I'm looking at all my stats. They all look awesome. No skipped frames. Nothing. High frame rate. Less than a fraction of 0.5% of dropped frames for the last 3 hours. Yeah, it's not me. I got all greens here. Anyway, I'm going to start this at $7 under scan, $50 under eBay. Let me show you what it is. Here's the PCGS. PCGS. What did I say? I can't even say it fast now. PR69 DCAM. So a Proof 69 Deep Cam, 1988P Gold Eagle. This will be the oldest slab I show you in Eagles tonight, and also the only PCGS holder. So US Mint Director Signature Series, signed by Deal. Everything about it's perfect except that it's not a 70, it's a 69. Otherwise it would be state-of-the-art, top of the line. Here's your scan. Scans at 307 for that coin. That exact coin, that exact one is 1,100 higher, 12,000 total. It's on eBay at $349 for the lowest one. It's scanned at 307, and I'm starting it at 300. It's not me, can't be me. I'm all green. I will show you, but I don't think I can. Yeah, 0 drop frames. High speed connection, 0% encoding lag, 0% frames dropped. It's YouTube to you, it's not me. Oh, Milky, I got 70s coming, don't you worry. In fact, of all 7 slabs I'm going to show you, this one and one more are 69s, the other 5 are 70s. I believe there's an intermittent problem with YouTube. We're down to 10 viewers. We may not stay on much longer if that's really true. Unless you guys are all rebooting. Is anybody still there? Every indication I have from OBS and the YouTube studio is that I'm 100% in the green. Good to go. I'm getting thumbs up from some listeners. So I think it's still working. I mean, every indicator I can look at is perfect. As good as it's ever been, really, as far as my stream quality goes. So I think it's remote. Trollfire, I think you just need a nap. Or maybe cut back on the booze. I don't know. There you go. Refreshing the stream might work for you. Can you guys hear the train going by? Sweet. Alright, well anyway, then let's carry on. So this is lower than scan, lots lower than eBay. The first of 269s I'm going to show you, and the only Proof, deep cam. I have some ultra cameos. I have some 70s. So in a way, this is the best of the worst. Because of the 69s, of the two 69s, it's the better one. And the older one. But it's the PCGS, and it's a 69, not a 70. So, where you can look at your numbers. The box is leaning, or is the camera leaning? I can't tell. Maybe I'm leaning. Control fire is blurry. I'm leaning sideways. The shroom is melting. We're all falling apart. That's not bad. All right. I got Invisible River Ranch 300 on that one. I have a feeling with lots more here. Item box. This camera will work. Coming up, a 69, a 70, a 70, a 70 ultra cam, a cable from the camera, an ultra cable camera. The first day of issue 70, another 70. I'll be doing all these over the next few minutes. So those of you that want slabby eagles, you're getting into my private reserve now. This is the stuff I wasn't putting up for sale the whole last 30 weeks, but I've had it the whole time. It's go to Costa Rica time, baby. If I can sell enough gold, I'll buy a car when I get there too, instead of an e-bike for the first 6 months. Till I get more money together. Alright, so anyway, blah blah blah. Did you retract, Ranch? Is that what I see there? Is there any bids on this? Let's see. You retracted because you saw other stuff. Alright, that's cool. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and I had a bidder, but I don't have a bidder anymore, and that's okay. I made the mistake of showing what was coming, and I think they changed their mind. But that's encouraging. Maybe they want a 70. With that, I'm happy to keep this proof deep cam. Proof deep cams just look good. And in this clear case, it's really good. In person, it's just pops like a mofo. Just to give you an idea, next to a white holder type of NGC, which one pops more to you? So people don't like PCGS as much as NGC, but I kind of like their holders better. Just saying. I mean, Branch is in for 300. You don't have to. You retracted. If you wanted to keep that, I'm cool, Ranch. I don't give a shit. If you want to bid for it, bid for it. I'm not stopping you. But if you wanted to retract and think you were obligated and put it back, that's not true. You don't have to. When we start talking about $300, I'm not going to get real dicky about it. But it's a good deal. And I think they just pop like a son of a bitch. And this one has the advantage of being deep cam and Gary Deal signed. The other ones are going to be good 70s and first days of issues and stuff, but no, we'll not only be gold hand bone, we're going to do Morgans, and somebody asked for copper, but I'm leaving that till last because I don't even have that much, and it's $2 a piece. I'm like, whatever the hell. I'll get to the copper if I get to it, but I don't recommend people actually pay money for copper anyway, but I'll sell you mine. Yep, so anyway, let's run it. Because it is coming up on 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock Eastern, so we do need to move along if we're going to get through Morgans tonight. Or maybe, well, no, I can't just do Morgans all next week because I need to sell stuff that will actually sell too. I'll do some Morgans. So here we go. We're going to roll faster for a bit through these golds. This one's going to be sniper time now. Let's see if we can sell some slabbed gold. Snipers, snipe out. Ranch at 300. Yep, that's a smoking rip-off deal right there. You just totally got me on that one. Probably should have been closer to 350. That's what they were really going for out there in the world. So good pickup at 300 Ranch. So let's see, IR Ranch. No, I'm not. IR Historic. You are ranch. But anyway, plus 300. Then. You don't have a wallet right now, do you, Rance? Let's see. Nope, new wallet, plus 6. I got you 306. Finally sold a wallet that wasn't free. I feel like every single person in the room has a free Gaul wallet, except Ranch. Thank God, because 306 is better than 300. Gotcha. Sean over here taking up offensive space on my wallet table with his big giant box of Wing Liberty dimes that he bought. Let me see. Box is taking up space. Put you over here. Alright, next up. The one I just showed you will be next. You can double check a scan on it. Everything's kind of moving along now. We'll just crank through these. I'll probably do... Would you rather I auction them or just bin them? Bang, bang, bang. You guys tell me if you prefer auctions or bins for these slabs. Do you think there's going to be each of you, a lot of you wanting each one, or is like there just a handful of you that'll even buy them? Scan. See this app. Let's get ballpark figures. Barcode, scan the barcode, find out how many you want. Alright, we'll start this one the same way. It basically scans at 300. The last one scanned at 307. Let's just copy and paste the last. Let's just say, I'm just gonna put the years to save typing, and then I'll tell you what they are. 1999. So what do we decide? Are we bidding or auctioning? Not enough answers, so we're gonna auction it. Starting bid 300. This is a 99 MS70 NGC. Oh, sorry, this is the other 69. This is the other one that's 69. All the rest are gonna be 70s. Just so you know, the rest of the coins will be 70s. This is a 69. Scans at 300. Higher grades, 2200. This is an old style brown label holder. People like those. The 90s and back, they have a slightly different holder. To compare to the new style holder, this is the new style holder. The old style are the foam core. The new ones have the pins around the coin. So, if you're an old style holder person, I have 2 old style holders. Now it's interesting because the one I just used as an example is a 2003, and the one after that is a 2007 that's back in the old style brown label holder. Oh, I'm at it. Let me just see if there's any of these others I can just make the same price. Okay, rebooted. Currently we're looking at a 99 MS69 Troll. I'm going to scan the next one while you guys are looking at this one, so you can get ahead of ourselves here. Oh, the next one's much more expensive. Yep. And because it's a proof of cameo. And then the next one, is that another $300 one, hopefully, that I can put up together? Trying to condense them into $300. Yeah, this one can be $300 too. It actually scans a little under. But I'll make either one of these. Alright, we're going to change it up. It's no longer a starting bid 300. It's either one of the old holders. It's a bin 300 now. One of them scans at like 310 or something. The other one scans at like 295 or something. So 275. Yeah, so they're like $300 ones either way. Basically, that's what they are. 99 or 2007. 99 is a 69, but it's older. 2007 is a 70, but for some reason it's the one that scans for less. Probably because it's newer. Either one, bin for 300. Anybody interested in $300 slab quality high level AGEs? Just as a heads up, the next one's going to be $350. So if you wanted an AGE and you were debating to see what's next, to go up. I'm not seeing a whole lot of interest on either one, but I want to make sure the internet is working for people. Jet, got you. Please send me an email. If you didn't already. I think you did. I don't know. Send me an email, Jet, or it won't get mailed. When I'm sitting here tomorrow processing one email at a time, I have to have the email to do it. I will not remember this. Anybody, $300 Eagles. Looking like a no. I'll put those bad antique boys away. This one's $350. Why? Because it's Ultra Cameo PF70. 2003, the year of my separation leading to my divorce. Ranch, I probably do, but send the email that says send it. I actually literally use these emails to drive my job. I won't have notes tomorrow. I will confirm that you paid and cross that off, and then I will wait for an email that says send it somewhere. And that's when I do it. It's all very reactionary. Yeah, mail ASAP. Well, if you tell me when to mail it, it goes to the post office in less than 20 minutes. I literally can throw it from my front door and almost make the shot into the drop box from here. But I won't do that until you tell me to. This one's $350. I didn't put it in chat, but this one's $350. This is the PF70 Ultra Cameo. I didn't even scan it. I know it's more than $350. I would compete with SC, with Coinbox for shipping speed. The two of us both either process the same night of the show and drop them in the morning, or we do it the very next morning after the show and get them in the mail. The only thing he has an advantage on is because they come to his office and pick his stuff up. He gets pickup. It happens at like noon. You start to see tracking. For me, you don't see tracking until 4:05, 4:06 p.m. because they empty the box out at 4 p.m. and they're usually stamped as in their hands at the post office by the next day. People have emailed me. Jay Smokes is famous for this. I'm always chasing him down at the last minute. But if he gets with me by like 3:30 in the afternoon, 3:45 in the afternoon, I'll have that shit in the mail by 4 and he'll still see motion today. I do not waste time. This stuff needs to get gone. Yeah, so gold instead of Morgans. The Morgans kind of... That's such a big task, man. I really need to sell them. They're starting to be all I have left. But it's like worse than the gold. There's no way to scan them. It's like look everything up. Make sure they're not imperfections or die strikes or... Okay, so anyway, cool. Anybody interested in this one at $350? I'll stop selling these because the last three just get even more expensive. I think. Let me double check that while you look at this. Let me scan the next three. Scan. Boop. This is another PF70 Ultra Cameo 2010. It might be something I could put up there next to that one at the same price. Yes, it is. Okay, both of these are now choice $350. One's 2010 early release. Oh, crap. Too many things in my hands. Phones, smokes, gold. 2010 early release PF70 Ultra Cameo 350. Milky, where are you now? PF70 Ultra Cameo 350. 2003, 2010. Same price, either one. Check your dates. I check my dates for fleas. I check my dates for ticks. I check them for human papillomavirus. I check them for children. I check them for baby daddies. I check my dates for all kind of shit. You guys should too. Check for felonies. Check for a good weed connect. All the things you gotta check a date for. Make sure they're not vegan or crossfitters. God forbid Democrats or Republicans. When they identify, I don't want them. Alright. Let me know on your dates, Milky. Send me an email if there's a particular date you want me to double check. I'll just tell you right now. 99, 2007, 2015, 2017, 2003, and 2010. Yeah, they basically go up. I was going to scan the rest of these, see if they're all $350. That's usually what a slab Eagle about goes for. These are probably worth more. I'm in a hurry now to get through them, so that's when the bargains happen, when I start making silly mistakes. No, this one's actually a little less, so that one will sit over here. I got another $300 one that's an MS70 to show you all, and then let's see what the last one is. I got two more I can show you for $300. So these are the two most expensive. These Ultra Cameos at $350. I could have done this easier if I'd have done this in advance. But yeah, so those two are $350. Put them over here. $350. Oh my God, Magnum. These slabs are just too heavy. I should have got a bigger easel. Make that a note to yourself. If you ever order these things, get the next size up from the ones you think you need. Okay, so then that's the $350 ones over here. It'd be nice if you could see the year, 2003. And then these four are $300 each. So these four are the ones you already saw, the two in the old holders. These are the 2007 and 99. You already saw them, they're $300. Oh my God. And then there's the 2017 and 2015, third day of issue, and anyway, all these are $300. I got four of them at $300 each, and the two Ultra Cameo ones are $350. Is anybody interested in anything at $350 a piece? Anyway, I'll get them out and get more specific. Otherwise, we'll blow them off, and it's 9 o'clock, and I got to show some copper and Morgans real fast. Unless you guys had it and you're done. We're down. Well, we actually picked up a viewer. We're back up to 11 viewers. But Milky, I'm not going to wait too long because we're running an hour longer than I usually run, and I still got stuff I got to show. And then we got to do a giveaway and wrap it up for the night. And then I got to audit this mess of numbers I wrote down and all the emails. 27, by all means, 17. One of the $300 deals. 7. Wait, where'd it go? Gotta focus. Nah, it is better with my hand behind it. If I hold real still. 2017 MS70. Are you trying to see the number, the barcode, or the coin, man? Fire the prop guy. That's right, Jeff. How you doing, my brother? Jeff's the guy I've known since I was in, like, grade school. Junior high school, anyway. Sure when you showed up, dude. It's a long time. Focus. 2017. Is this the one, Milky? Is it the one? What are we going to talk about, Troll? The gold or the Morgans? I got a little more time this week, Troll, but things are getting really hectic for me. If we can coordinate that meeting, we will actually have it. But you got to find one of the 15 various phone call tools that we talked about and get it installed. So you want to see the coin. I don't have the microscope has busted, but I mean, dude, it's an MS70 and a slab. It's perfect. What do you need to know? I'd prefer to handle it unless you have questions and shit, then we can do emails. Just to be clear to everybody, I do this during this window. I do a lot of other shit during my other time. So the whole do it later thing is why I'm doing it now, so you can see it and I don't have to take pictures and upload them to Google and send them to you and wait for the no, thanks anyways. I appreciate that. I'm going to miss them too. The only reason why I'm not going to do them is I can't send stuff from Costa Rica to the United States in any reliable way. And if I had a reliable way, it would cost more than the airplane it's on. So, fortunately, there's no way to ship. When I come back so I am leaving on January 1st at 5:45 a.m. I will be back on January 30th sometime in the evening, and that's, I think, a Tuesday or something. I don't remember. But I will do some auctions in February and see if anybody even remembers my channel exists in a month after no shows for a month. Like I said, I'll try to do some content, live streaming, and vlogging and stuff about being in Costa Rica and do some gold panning. But the auctions will stop until I get back. And then in February, I'm going to come home and I'm going to be needing money again. That's part of why I'm coming back. I'm coming back to sell my Porsches in the springtime when it's a good time to sell cars. I'm coming back to sell stuff I'm putting in storage now, like 25 guitars that there's just no time to go marketplacing. And I should have, because Christmas would have been a great time to sell electric guitars. But stuff like that. So I got to come back and empty out 2 storage bins in 2 states. I'll be back and forth from Costa Rica to the States quite a bit. And when I come back, I will try to squeeze in auctions. I'm going to need the money. This is the only way I make my living. I don't have any other job. This has been it since August when I quit. So I am dependent on you guys. Now, it's been a good night of sales. How did I get 25 guitars? Well, I started with 1, then I bought another one, then I bought 23 more, one at a time. And then I've got, 25 guitars, banjo, dobro, violin, ukulele times 2, mandolin times 1, Roland synth, Yamaha synth, Casio synth, Novation MIDI controller synth, E-drum set, 3 basses, 6 amps. I don't know. I had 2 whole rooms of my house wired rack mount digital studio style, like years of accumulation, tens of thousands of dollars worth of gear, not $100,000 worth. No deuce. But I've actually gotten rid of most of my expensive guitars over the years. I found that they weren't any better than my $200 guitars. My Les Paul Studio, $1,500 guitar, and I enjoy playing my Firefly $150 Les Paul copy more, so I sold it. I've got like 6 acoustics. There's instruments. I've got a full set of harmonicas. I mean, you name the instrument, I've got it for the most part. And if I don't have it, I can simulate it or emulate it or synthesize it. So I can basically produce full orchestras. I have a song that was used in a video game. The video game never actually released, but it was completed, which is unusual as video games go. That was an epic piece. But anyway, I was paid to create music for a game. That was my thing as a hobby for a long time, making music. Maybe you'll see. That's the thing, Ranch. It looks like the auction's over. Whoever wanted Morgan's, that's not happening tonight. Copper, I'll just check real quick because I can blow that out. Then we'll do the GAW. But it's gotten to the point now where I think everybody's spent their money. As far as music, that's the kind of thing I will be doing. So what's going to happen, Rance, when I get down there, first week will be chaos of getting settled in. Then I'm going to have 2 or 3 weeks to just hang out. Like, that's part of the deal. It's a big vacation the first time. I close the deal on the land. I kind of start going to Walmart. They have Walmart in the big cities. Going to Walmart and the other Costa Rican stores to buy shit I need down there for the bus and get moved in, kind of. But I'll have a lot of free time. So I won't have my music equipment there, but I have lots of recorded music and videos I've made and things. I'll be doing more personalized content is where I'm going with that. What was the offer, Troll? If you were offering me less money for $600 for the 3 and 10 70s. Let me see which ones those were. Where did I already put them? They're still way over here. Were they both $300 ones? The 10 was a Ultra Cameo. It's a $350 baseline coin, man. And that's 2003 and 2010. Dude, trying to make off stuff I'm already under cost on. That's hilarious. No, can't do it on the Ultra Cameos, man. I can do the 7. I'm already at the bottom dollar. They're not going any lower. I'll keep them. But if you want to spend $600 on 2 10s, the ones to get would be the other 270s that I have that are not Ultra Cameos. The first day of... Wait, which ones did you want? A 15? No, you wanted 3 and 10. Yeah, 3 and 10 is the $350 one. Wait. Yeah, that's $350. 15 was a $300 one. Yeah, I would say if you were gonna spend $600 and pick 2 of these, it would be this one, which is the first day of issue 70, 2015, with the Liberty label, because it's a special label and it's a first day of issue. And that'd be $300. And then the other one I would pick for $300 would be the 2017 Eagle label. And that's 70. And that one just because it's a really nice one. Right. These two were $300. These two were $350 because they're the Ultra Cameos. The Ultra Cameos are $350. And they're the two you wanted to make a deal on, but I'm not lowering the price on them. They're staying where they are. So copper-wise, somebody wanted copper bars. Yes, I still have copper bars apparently. I thought I sold them last week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Who asked for copper? Was that an email or was that yeah, that was an email. That was is that Statesman or who is that person? Zoltan. Zoltan, are you still here? Zoltan, yeah, you're the copper. How about 9 bars of copper? I think they're all different. Let's take a look. This one's like some kind of copper dollar bill thing. I'm not gonna give them a whole lot of time, but some kind of bill thing. Oh yeah, there's a couple of them that are dupes. Liberty Head. Actually, there's a lot of dupes. ASE looking one, ASE looking one, ASE looking one, ASE looking one. So it looks like 4 ASE looking ones, 4 Liberty Head looking ones, and whatever that dollar bill looking one. 9 of them. 9 of them at $2 a piece, $18. You in? You wanna? Tell you what. I'll throw in this Indian, call it 20. 10 ounces, $20. I don't have any more round or rectangular ones. I just have 9 of those. But I'll make it an even 10 ounces for you if you want. Or just 9 is good. You're good for 10 or 9? I'm going to assume 10 for cash. Seems like a good deal. It's a good deal. The round one I threw in just because you can get a good look at it is an Indian. It says somewhat. It says Pankapa Lakata Su Sitting Bull. Oh, it's Sitting Bull with an eagle on the back. 6 for the wallet. But Zoltan, you already have a wallet, don't you? Didn't you buy something else tonight or no wallet? $6, sir. So 26 for those. Still a good deal at $2.60 a piece. Can't really buy copper for less than about $3 individually unless you start buying 20 and 50 and 100 and something at a time. So Zoltan. So 20 plus 6. And you got a wallet for next week. If you don't have me ship it. So I would hang on to it for the last show next week. See what happens. Inventory is starting to dwindle in the silver department. And fish meat. 6. Last call on the $300 and $350 gold slabs. All good deals all around. From a Morgan perspective, did I sell those things? Not here. Yeah, I guess I did. Oh well. Yeah, another box of them is buried under a bunch of shit. Next week we'll do Morgan's first. I promise. Remind me. Morgan's will be first on the last show. I've been promising them since I started this freaking thing. I've been putting it off because they're such a pain in the ass to price. But I will try to do a little prep on that if I get a chance. And we'll take it from there. So, the hashtag, let me get it set up. We're going to do the final giveaway. Let me reload the load thing here. What else do I have to do to end the show? Just a giveaway, right? Yeah, that's correct, Zoltan. 26 total for 10 rounds of copper and a wallet good through next week. Show us what you got. What are you talking about? Morgan's? Oh, yeah. Oh my God, it's 10:15 Eastern, 9:15. We've been on for 3 hours and 15 minutes. The Morgans are going to take us into another 2 hours. Next week, we're going to start with Morgans. Next week, we're going to start with Morgans to the point where you're probably going to get sick of Morgans. The problem with doing them is only about half of you care. The other half of you should care, but don't. So, anyway, prep for Big Morgan Week next week. Meanwhile, let me go ahead and get a hashtag set up here. Include the mods, keyword. This one's going to be hashtag. I'm going to make it a long hashtag because I can. The hashtag is going to be Morgan's next week. Get it? CCs. Yes, but I'm not selling them. I have 4 CCs left. 2 of them are NGC graded in the GSA kit, like state-of-the-art, top-of-the-line, as good as it gets. The other 2 are full complete kits, but not NGC graded. The 4 of them together are 4 years in a row, and you can't have them. Those are my absolute single most prized possession. The rest of the Morgans that I will sell comprise both. I don't know if I have any slab ones anymore. I did, but I know I got tons of raw in 2x2. So let me get this box down. All the skeletons here. Oh, shit, I could have done that. Let's see. But the Morgan's box, which is all Morgans. The Morgan's box without the, so yes, there's some slabbed ones in there, but the Morgans are in here slabbed and loose and raw and carded, and yes, a bunch of freaking slabbed ones, tons of slabbed ones. The NGCs, or the graded ones, are in the boxes right there, and you can't have those 4. Those are mine forever, ever, never. But yeah, from a Morgan perspective, we will have Morgans. Try to do this without this lid falling on my keyboard and cutting off the stream. Let's try to do it this way so it doesn't flop down. Let me make you motion sick while I get the camera the right way. So I got, each of these stacks is 3 or 4 deep, right? So you get the idea that with each of those stacks being, try to get you an angle there, 3 or 4 deep of slabs going across the box. I'm working sideways, that's why the angles are weird. slabs. I have really raw ones that are like, oh my god, hard to aim at. I got raw ones. I got all this shit from Morgans are a thing, man. I got Morgans. Bottom line, come next week. I'm not gonna go through them all right now. I believe there might be a CAC sticker on one or two. Be honest with you, I don't know that I'd pay that much extra for a CAC sticker. I'm not sure I care about that gimmick, but I do care about the grades. And, you know, there's things in here that'll blow your freaking mind. Let's see if there's a CAC sticker. Yeah, like, for example, you like CAC stickers? CAC stickers are in there, man. They're in there. Probably more than one. Let's see. Maybe not. But I even have them in all different companies. I got them from PCGS, I got them from NGC, I even got them from whoever the hell this one is. I forget their name. What's the yellow slabs? What is that, like the what? Annex. Yep. But some of these are going to be 3 figures, you know, and some of these are going to be $30. It's kind of crazy how that works. Sometimes you'll have one that's in a capsule that probably would grade higher than some of the ones that aren't, but that are in slabs, you know. That's why I have to look them up, because like this one here, look how fucking blast white that is, and it's never been cleaned. It's not graded, you know. So I'll have to go figure out, should I sell it as a raw or should I sell it as potentially gradable because it's freaking perfect. So, and on it goes. So that's why Morgan's become a giant nightmare really fast. Because every single one of them is different. Literally every single coin matters. Like, you have to look. But yeah, I got your CACs, I got your slabs, I got your different brands, I got your raws, I got your colors, I got your fancies, I got your... Yeah. Everything but the GSAs, which I have, but you can't have. Those are pride and joy items there. Just because I'm selling stuff at a loss, I'll remind you that the stuff I sold at a loss is stuff I can either replace or just didn't care that much about. Or was a big enough chunk of money I had to do it because I need the money. Like the antique gold tonight. Well, I'll show you one, but I won't sell you one. The kind of stuff I'm talking about that I won't sell looks like this. I think I showed you these before. But this is where you get into a set, like, you got the box, you got all the proper paperwork, and you got the grade, right? So, and the correctly labeled uncirculated as opposed to just silver dollar right here. Perfect box, hinges not torn, perfect grade, perfect paperwork. Now we're talking about a Morgan that probably sell for $750 or more. So, oh, there's a few toners and rainbows and 83 MS66 and an 84 65 plus. Were they in the GSA boxes or in slabs? I mean, were they in these GSA, what I call it, you know, the government services agency sale items, the ones they sold in the 70s? Were they in those kind of boxes? Or were they in slabs, or were they just raw? I believe graded, so they were in slabs. But like, these are graded, and these are, that 4 coins right there is worth more than everything I sold tonight. Let me just do a quick number on my math here. Let's see. Yeah, I sold less than $2,000 gross tonight, somewhere north of $1,500 to $2,000, just quickly looking at the numbers I wrote down. And I would say that's a $2,000 pile of Morgans right there, minimum. More like $2,500, just for those 4. Because of the grades and the kits being so perfect. So yeah, man, that's why you can't have those, because those 4 boxes right there pay my bills for over a month. Closer to 2 months. So if I ever have to, that's why some of the items, like if it's a giant item like that, some super expensive item, I know you guys aren't going to pay me what it's worth, and I'm going to save it for desperation and like, okay, the end of the world is coming and I need a month of income to survive. Well, poof, one flash sale of those and I've got it. You know, that's my real savings account. The rest of this is just slush fun. Gotcha, troll. PCGS. I like slabs, but I like graded slab GSA kits better. And I think everybody does. Alright, so we got everybody in. There's like 8 people in, 10 people watching. I'm gonna run it for you hardcore stalwarts. Stayed with me to the bitter end. My regulars, my lovers, my friends and fam. Let's go watch it happen live. Poof! The winner is Trollfire. So Trollfire wins again. Trollfire, let me get you a gram of silver out of here and tell you what it was. Trollfire, you might want me to re-pull it. I'll let you decide. What I pulled out for you was just a, just a Volcambi break-off. Would you rather have one with a picture on it, or would you rather have a Volcambi break-off, Graham? Or do you care? You want me to dig you out one with a picture? I don't really care. I got 50 of them left, probably. But a bunch of them are Volcambis. I'll just give you Volcambi then. You've already got some cool ones in your freebie pile anyway, I think. And a gram's a gram. Melt it. You may actually have an easier time. If you were ever going to try to sell 1 gram of silver, you might have an easier time with the break-off bar than you do with the little art bars anyway, because people know what they are. Yes, you're welcome. Thank you for coming. Let me find the wallet for the troll and put it in there. I made you a new spot because you bought gold. That was, you got one. You got a wallet? Okay, dude. There it is. It's a good wallet. It's got the fancy antique gold in it. Awesome. Well, everyone, that's the end of the giveaway. That's the end of the sale. That's the end of my ability to speak clearly this evening, I think. Wow, we went 3.5 hours plus an extra 15 minutes on the front where I was telling tales and shooting the shit. More of that will happen. Less of the selling will happen. Next week is the last auction. Thank you for buying your first AGE from me. I'm happy to pop your cherry. It's a really good one. The coin, not your cherry. It was average. Everybody's sending. That's great. Thank you. I'll go audit all that stuff. All the packages will go out tomorrow like they always do, because I can't stand having them here when they're supposed to be on their way to you. And I will bust out Morgan's first thing next week. If you saw anything and you really want it, as much as I hate it, I will entertain email requests this week if you guys want to write me and say, tell me about those AGEs or whatever. But what I'm not going to do is have you go send me a picture of every Morgan. Send me a picture of all your gold. No, I'm not going to do it. If you come to me and say, hey, those 4 gold pieces you had out, there was some 70s, and what was the years again? I'll happy to help. But I'm not going to create catalogs for people on speculation when I don't have time in 20 days till I leave the country. Just gonna be a dick about it. So, thank you, love you, stay historic, be historic, I'm historic, and you're at the end of the show. Thanks for watching, everybody. I love you guys. I'm looking for my button to press. Here it is, because you guys press my buttons. Bye-bye.